Your home for Kings Talk and so much more.
Live and local.
Alan Stiles on Sacktown Sports.
Yes, yes, yes. In the words of Alan Stiles, get out of here, Dave. Get out of here.
He's on a roll today.
That is peak Carmichael Dave. That one Kayla Anderson, who's joining me yet again for today's show, got to experience. That was about, I don't know, 80-90% Dave. It's he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. And you know what? It's a good day to be here. Kayla again, Kayla joining me, and she'll be joining us all week through Thursday. Excited to have her. Kyle Ledbetter, of course, cannot forget Kyle, other side of the glass. Always enjoy having Kyle join us. And Kyle looks like his ears just got a lot of sound. What happened?
So, okay. This is
it's
way
fine.
too
It's
behind.
fine. This is how we're starting the show.
Way too behind the scenes. But basically, so I had to take my headset and plug it into the board here. But you called my name, so I was like, oh, I got to get ready.
Gotcha.
And I forgot to bring the sound down, and Christopher Laud blew out my ears because he listens to it at full volume.
Gotcha.
On a board that literally will make you deaf. Like, there's no, it'll go as loud as you want it to. And Christopher Laud, he must not be able to.
He takes it there.
Yeah. I mean, he must not be able to hear because I put it on after Verlot. It just blows out my ears.
Probably the only way. Yeah, never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Shake Kyle's ears. Glad that he can join us for the rest of today's program with his hearing intact. And man, we are going to start off today's show talking about last night's game because it was everything I think anybody could have wanted in a Monday Night Football game, and possibly even more. I mean, you had Dan Campbell and the Lions just being quintessential Dan Campbell and the Lions being fearless on fourth down. They've kind of made it their calling card at this point. It was incredible to see, and it of course can stir up a ton of controversy, and if it doesn't work out, you're going to be the most scrutinized team, the most scrutinized man in football. But you see last night where it really ends up working out for you, and you see when it works out perfectly, it can look really, really good. And I mean, I just keep thinking about that fourth down ball that Jared Goff threw to Amon-Ra St. Brown, where it was right in the pocket, perfectly where it needed to be in the exact moment it had to be there. I mean, that was all you could wish for a Monday night game.
It was fun. And I know on the show we talked about, well, what are we going to get? We were naturally thinking we're going to get a showdown. We're going to get a lot of points. But, there's always that back of your mind when you say that it's going to be a defensive battle. Well, it wasn't that. And I'm glad because it was a lot of fun. And I know that after the game, quarterback for the Detroit Lions, he had to get off his back. And he was finally glad to do that after kind of being dominated in the last times that, the Ravens and the Lions have met. So it's good for Goff and company to kind of have that win, especially on a Monday night where the country is looking at you under the lights in Baltimore. I think give them a lot more credit, too, that they came up with this game plan specifically for the Ravens on the road. Like, that's a tough environment to play in, and they pretty much went toe-to-toe with them. I mean, they dominated most of the first half in terms of time of possession. I mean, they had those two long 90-plus yard drives. You're not going to do much when the offense is off the field for the Baltimore Ravens, and then they took advantage of exposing their run defense last night. And I mean, they exposed it big time.
Yeah, absolutely. They ran all over the place. David Montgomery looked incredible last night with his the game sealing touchdown run, and of course Jahmyr Gibbs did what Jahmyr Gibbs does all the time and just looks electric, breaking through tackles and all that. And I think it's a fantastic point you bring up because a word that Alan Stiles likes to use is merchant. Like, he actually is just scheming the system and exploiting. So I guess you would call the Eagles like a tush-push merchant.
There you go.
You could definitely say, now I forget where I was even going with that because I was trying to explain it. But you could definitely say that the game last night just was electric. And I mean, you get those kind of actions. Oh, I'm sorry, I remember what I was going to say. Is you bring up the point of the Lions winning the game on the road yesterday, and you could say that the Lions have been a little bit of a home field merchant because they really, really, really do have a great home field advantage in the Dome at Ford Field, and that's been a problem for them, is taking that on the road and being able to look like, mainly on the offensive end, looking like the same caliber offense that they can look like in those perfect conditions in a dome. And it didn't look like it was, Baltimore obviously can get pretty crazy with the weather. Wasn't a crazy weather game, but I think still being able to do that on the road in a Monday night football situation where, again, I think there was a lot of doubt heading into obviously this season about the Lions and them losing Ben Johnson and them losing Aaron Glenn. And, I think a lot of people just think highly of the Ravens. Again, if they don't give up that comeback on that Sunday night football against the Bills, we're probably going into that game saying the Ravens are the best team in the AFC and they're the team to get through and all this stuff. And we know, again, to use the merchants, they can be a little bit of a regular season merchant where the Ravens typically do kill the regular season, and that's not really the question with them. But last night, you see the Lions just a really big statement win, and in that tough division with the Lions did a really, really good job of getting a road win and keeping pace. And I think obviously they just look like a team that, though I wanted to count them out, it feels to me like the Lions are legit. And the win last night is going to be one that I'm going to have to keep in the back of my mind when I think about, is this team capable of at least making noise in the playoffs? Right?
It's a legit win, Chris. Yeah. And you can say that because the Ravens are still at this point a team that people are like, well, you can't count them completely out. Like, they got to fix some things. But this is still a really yesterday on the show about losing not only your offensive coordinator, but your defense head coach. And a lot of people are still like, he's great. He's a great motivator. He's a great culture builder. But how is he really a good head coach? Are we convinced of that? After last night's performance, it convinces me even more. And I look specifically on the defensive side of the ball. And Kelvin Shepard, who was the linebackers coach before and then promoted to the defensive coordinator this year, did a heck of a job in terms of game planning for Lamar Jackson. 7 sacks last night for that defense. Everybody adding in. Marcus Davenport out for the game. You had Muhammad come in, have a great night. Some of these other guys stepping up. Hutchinson, he's off of injury and looking like he could be back to normal again with that punch out of Derrick Henry. So give Campbell some credit with whatever they do in terms of game planning that week. That was the right game plan for the Baltimore Ravens. And he said as such. It's not going to be the game plan every single week for the team we go up, letting his guys do their jobs.
It's an excellent point. It really is, because, Dan Campbell, to your point, has been, I guess you could say criticized, but I guess questioned. And Nick Sirianni falls into the same boat where it's, okay, you're a rah-rah guy, you know how to get your guys riled up, and that's a huge part of football. Anyone who has ever been around a football team understands that the emotional part of football is absolutely a huge driving factor in success. But at the same time, there's a reason why the Sean McVays, the Kyle Shanahans, those guys continually find success. And it's because if you have the mind for it, if you can figure out the X's and O's on a different level, it's just a huge advantage to have. And that was Ben Johnson for them. And again, their defense has been shaky throughout the years, but Aaron Glenn brought them a real personality, identity to your defense. And Aaron Glenn brought that with the physicality of that defense. I think I feel again, it's only 3 weeks in, but I feel pretty confident in saying that I just don't think it's going to be as big of a deal as maybe what everyone was making it out to be in the beginning of the season. Now, might it rear its ugly head at some point? I'm sure it will. Like you said, that was the game plan for the Ravens. It worked perfectly. I'm sure there's going to be game plans that don't go as smooth for them. But I just think ultimately I can feel, if I'm a Lions fan or somebody who believes that the Lions can continue to make noise because they are so talented, I think I would be a little bit at ease now, seeing that they're at least in good hands, and it isn't all just the magic of Ben Johnson leading that offense. Because Jared Goff made plays yesterday by himself. Did not light the world on fire, but again, when he needed to make plays, every single time that ball was on the money.
He did it, and it's nice as a quarterback to have the luxury of having two backs like Gibbs.
That stigma of, oh yeah, but you're the Lions. Oh yeah, but you're the Kings. Like, we don't really believe the success even when it is happening right in front of our face. I think for the Lions to just continually kind of shed that and wear that, and Dan Campbell has definitely been the face of wearing that. He wanted, when he first initially came in, if I remember, he did the Hard Knocks, and he said, like, let's not run away from who we've been, who the Lions are. Like, we are bad, and we have to want to turn that around. And I mean, to just see where they are here today, it's incredible to think of the complete 180 that he's done from just a culture building standpoint. And I think we'll see if it can, true dynasties, they can last maybe past it. But for this era of Lions football right now, like, they have an identity, and I think them being able to survive this kind of turnover and coaching staff, to me, proves that this is legitimate and really built something here. And all the talent around them, obviously. You mentioned the two running backs. You have Amon-Ra. You have Jameson Williams out there. You have Sam Laporta at tight end.
And that's just the offense. We haven't even named all the defenses.
Absolutely. Anzalone yesterday made, and you point out the 7 sacks. The incredible thing in the game plan against Lamar Jackson, the 7 sacks really don't even speak to how well contained they had him. How many times he might have gained 3 or 4 yards, but gets, tripped up by a shoestring tackle. And, those don't count as sacks, but it's just as good because he is one shoelace away from
open
breaking
field tackling. I mean, it was like that's how he gets away with some of those runs where we see, like, oh gosh, he just did that. Like, how can you contain him? It's like they were catching him wherever they opposite of the Lions. But in the point of Dan Campbell and going back to the Hard Knocks specifically, I know a lot of teams shy away from doing that now more than anything.
They run away.
They run. They're like sprinting. Like,
please,
get
anybody
us out
but
of
us.
this. I think it could have been the best thing that happened to not only Dan Campbell but the Lions organization, because he was honest. He was like, this is not going to be something where I'm going to walk in and turn around the franchise. And I think what made you believe a little bit, and I've seen it with different head coaches that have taken over, is because you did see the improvement after that first year towards the end of the year. You saw the team winning games. When you don't see that with head coaches, it's almost like a red flag. Like, okay, they can have a second year, but you can only give them so many of those before you're like, okay, we got to make a decision, because that's just how the NFL is nowadays. They gave him behind,
Yeah.
but he also showed them, I'm making improvement.
Absolutely. Yeah. There were signs of life
There
throughout,
was.
even when they were struggling. And yeah, like you mentioned in that first season, it wasn't like it clicked immediately. They did have a run. I can't remember what it was, but it was, I do remember at the end of their season, I want to say they had won out even like 6 straight games or something like that.
You're right.
But yeah, they had ended out at the end of the season and just carrying that momentum into the next. In the, I want to say that was the NFC Championship game. It might have been the round before even. Where they come so close to winning and just lose at the end. It was brutal, and and then Ben Johnson starts to have the questions of if he's leaving. Last year was a little bit strange for them. And then here they are, and yeah, I think it is a new opportunity for them to kind of put their stamp on what this era of Lions football can be, and we'll see. Again, if Jared Goff continues, I don't think he's got to throw 300 yards a game. I think if he continues to, for lack of a better term, be a high-level game manager, make throws when he has to. I would love to see Jared Goff's 4th down pass completion, because I know there was a couple where he just, again, when you needed him to make it, was just right on the money and just making the easy play, which I know isn't always easy to do.
Because you knew Baltimore's offense could do what they could do.
Absolutely.
Right?
It was a true like back and forth. It was they score, we score, they score, we score, to keep your composure from the coaches, from the players, all of that. I mean that it was a high level win on I think all accounts yesterday, and I think both teams definitely should hold their head high. It's not like the Ravens should be here saying like, is our season over? Like, we've lost 2 games to 2 really, really good opponents in the Bills and the Lions, but at the same time, if you're the Ravens, this is now 2 losses to the Bills and the Lions, where you're maybe looking at it and saying, positive, we had opportunities in both of those games to absolutely win it, but at the end of the day, it's like what we talked about with the Niners over the weekend. They got it done. Like, at the end of the day, you faced adversity. You games early in the season where you felt like we have to. It doesn't matter if we're crumbling. It doesn't matter if this game is back and forth. We just have to figure out how to get this done. To not get it done in 2 of those games, it's got to feel a little bit something for the Ravens. Again, they're good enough. They've been there, done that, so they're probably not too concerned. But it's just like we talked about the Chiefs. Like, it's just got to start vibe wise feeling like maybe this isn't our year, or maybe this just isn't the year where everything's going to go our way. Yeah,
and I know people, because of the Ravens' track record, and this isn't just a track record in what their seasons end up being. And I know they fell short in the playoffs of their flock, audience and fandom. Like, they obviously are not happy with the playoff runs they've had, but this has been a successful team. Especially under John Harbaugh for a while, right? Yeah. And it starts with upper management. Everything is good from top to bottom there. They know how to draft. They're great with personnel. People want to go there to play, hence Derrick Henry going from the Titans to Baltimore. He wanted to go there because he knew he had a chance to play for a Super Bowl, for a Lombardi trophy. And the thing that you do have to worry about, though, is the defense, each of these. And I know that they were out Matabuke and they were out Kyle Van Noy last night, but that's no excuse, because you have to have next man up mentality, just like we talked about the Lions. You got to have those guys ready to go, especially when you're a team like the Baltimore Ravens, who has prided themselves on defense. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest step forward I need to see from the Ravens next week immediately. Is how do you lock down defensively? Because I believe they've scored 111 points, the highest in the NFL, but yet they're tied for last in their division right now. And that's just not a good stat to have. No, not at all. And yeah, I mean, it's a really good point, because in that Bills game, obviously, we know the Ravens were up, but then they allow 41 points. And then last night you allow 38 for defender. I've heard defensive players say, like, that's on us. Like, we can't lose a 10-0 game because they still scored. And it's, if they score, like, it's kind of on us to just hold them to 0. And so for a defense to allow, I mean, what is that? Dang near 80 points to 2 really, again, high-level opponents, but those are the type of opponents you're going to be playing in the playoffs. You can't
have to have Lamar Jackson score 42 points in order to win these football games. They're a great offense. They're capable of putting up those kind of numbers, but to expect them to have to do that, it's about with the Niners. Like, if you're going to be at that level, your offense, we know what your offense is going to be. The defense is going to be the thing that separates you from being, a 9-8 team, maybe a slightly above 500 team, to one of the actual true elite teams in this league. And I have some Ravens numbers that I really want to hit here, just because some of them are
to hear
ridiculous.
By the way, they have the Chiefs next on a short week, right?
Yes. That is not great for the Ravens. Yeah, they mentioned that I think our playoff opponents from last season.
Wow.
So it does not get any easier for them. Again, 1-2. Both of those teams, 1-2 to start the season. One of the Chiefs and Ravens is going to be 1-3. And they have wins against the Browns and the Giants in that game. So that's I don't know what to do.
Ravens play the Chiefs, Texans, and Rams next
3 weeks.
So maybe the Texans is the easy one out of them, but who knows?
Right.
Like, maybe they explode next week against the Titans.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the Ravens, their 8-point loss last night is their largest regular season or playoff loss in a game that Lamar Jackson has started since Week 10 against the Dolphins in 2021.
It seems impossible.
5 years. I got that from Reddit. Lamar Jackson 8-point loss is the highest margin of loss since 2021. He was sacked 7 times in a game. So that's only the second game that he's been sacked 5 or more times. The other time was also 7 times in 2021. Jeez. So yesterday was about as bad as it gets when it comes to the Ravens offense. And then, you mentioned at the top of the segment, Derrick Henry and his fumbling problems as well. Derrick Henry now has fumbled in 3 straight games, which is just incredibly uncharacteristic for Derrick Henry. 2 of which coming in the fourth quarter. One in that Bills game, 3:10 left in the fourth quarter, and then last night 8:31 in the fourth quarter when and again I think it was 21-28 potentially at that point. It was a one-score game, might have been even 24-28 at that point in the game. The Ravens were driving to try and take the lead, and I want to say it was like the first play of the drive even.
He's had 2 in the fourth, by the way.
Yeah, that's just absolutely incredible. And it's Derrick Henry. Like, we are talking again, Kyle and I last week did the Derrick Henry ridiculous high school numbers. This guy has just been incredible since the day he put on pad rushing numbers, but is this like the first sign of some deterioration from maybe the greatest running back that we've seen of this era?
And he's over 30, Chris. Like, that's when I hate saying that. I really do. But it's like that's when you see the decline, especially of a running back. Yeah. And he's such a big guy. And I was talking to you about this before we got in here. And I said he was so good in Tennessee. He did not really fumble the ball a lot. He was always like the guy we didn't worry about fumbling the ball. It was always the second back that we always had problems with.
Tajay Spears?
Well, Tajay is one of Tajay is injured right now, but yes, you are right.
Okay.
He is one of them.
I was trying to test myself.
And some of the other random backs we've had along the year. But the last year, Chris, note this. The last year, he had a little bit of issue with the fumbles, so much so that he wore a red sleeve, and he started not wearing the sleeve.
He got superstitious about it.
Yes, he got superstitious. Now, he was wearing the sleeves last night, so I think maybe he went back
over it.
Yeah, but maybe he takes those sleeves off now. Because he was I've never seen Derrick Henry that mad. He almost fell off the bench because he threw his helmet.
That's incredible. Yeah, and you were saying before the show, like, he's usually a very calm, composed, very level-headed, and for him to, he smashed his helmet. If I
fell off.
You're you're like a child, and you're just like throwing a tantrum. You have no idea what you're doing with your body. That's super interesting. Yeah, his last year in Tennessee, I'm trying to see if I can get his fumbles in the last year in Tennessee, but. That's really interesting. And again, from somebody like Derrick Henry, you just wouldn't anticipate that he would that it would happen to a guy like Derrick Henry. Again, he's somebody who's just been so incredibly consistent. I think I see 6 fumbles in 2022 for Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
like that. There's this year again, our season with the Ravens, over 325 carries so far, 41 carries this season, 3 fumbles. It's just not Derrick Henry. So something's going on there. I don't know what it is. I guess. Thank you, Kayla, for the insight. Next week, look to see if Derrick Henry has his sleeves. Might be changing it up. Might have to switch something up in order to get rid of that fumbling problem, because that is something that offense cannot have, as they rely so heavily on their run game. Again, I said during that segment, I think I need to issue a public apology to one Ashton Genty, and that's coming up next, and you're going to find out why. You're listening to the Alan Stiles Show, Sacktone Sports.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection. Stockton Honda, you get it all. Model year and savings are going on now. Drive away in your favorite Honda. It's savings you just can't say no to. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com. Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building is suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, and letting their focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247 SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Footballs are flying. The days are getting shorter. Fall is officially here. Will your heater be able to get you through the winter? The heater at Whiteywood shut down last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635-355.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It's the energy all around you. Lightning and the thunder, the lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. Thunder. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it. Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power
worse when it comes to run blocking, which is what you obviously need for a rookie back specifically too, to get into a groove, to get some confidence going. He's not been able to do that. And we talked about this a little bit, the mishandling of possibly the offensive line.
Yep.
Brennan Carroll is running the show, Pete Carroll's son. And I'm not saying like fire him, all of that off with his head, but with especially in the last game where they have a second-year player in Jackson Powers Johnson, who was coming out in the draft 2 years ago as one of the best centers in college football. They decided not to make him a center and decided to move him over to guard, right? But instead of playing him last week, because Carroll said it was a short week, they decided to put Alex Kappa back in, who, by the way, Kappa was awful for the Bengals last year. He had 40 blown blocks and a league leading in pressure in terms of his sweep. They're going to go ahead and put Kappa in there. That's already
at that point, like, literally can't be worse, right? Like 40 pressures, there's 17 games.
It's like, at least just put the young gun in. He's ready to go. He's concussion free. He's off, the protocol's clear. And there's just some mismanaging, I feel like, going on right now with the offensive line and, Carroll and maybe, Brennan with the decisions being made, that I think it's more so like, let's figure out what to do. I get it. You can't just snap your fingers and the line's better, but you got to work with what you have. And that might be plugging in, playing and moving some parts.
For sure. I mean, that line, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's broken, like, you should try and fix it. Like, at least try something. At least get the hammer out, right? Like, get some tape measure. At least try and size it up. Something.
Yeah,
do something.
Scotch tape.
But yeah, I mean, more numbers on the Genty yards after contact. This is who is this? Can't pronounce. This is from Twitter. Percentage of rushing yards that come after contact amongst all running backs with 100+ yards rushing this season. I'll just speak to the outliers. So the lower the number, the essentially more free yards you're getting. It's taking longer for that initial contact to come. Most of your yards are coming before contact. 31% Jahmyr Gibbs. Again, that guy is just gone. He is touching the ball, and he is absolutely gone. So that also does speak to the Lions' offensive line as well, which is just, again, I think some of the best in the NFL. Some of like the more typical numbers, like Bijan Robinson 70%, Kyron Williams 70%, Jordan Mason on the Vikings 65, Tony Pollard 75, Saquon 63, Derrick Henry 70, just to kind of give a gauge of what normal numbers look like in terms of the percentage of your rushing yards that are coming after contact.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey, for what it's worth, 72% of his 101% of his yards are happening after contact.
So he has 145 rushing yards after contact.
That is correct.
What the heck?
Correct. Yes. Field Yates kind of cracked the numbers on it. It's literally saying
Ashton Genty now has 144 rushing yards this season. He has 145 rushing yards after contact.
I was just going to ask that. That was my next question. Like, there is no opportunity for him to get past the line of scrimmage.
He has 2 carries this season where he gained 5 or more yards before contact.
Get this man help.
That is 2 out of 47. He gained more than 5 yards before contact.
I'm sorry. Fire Brennan.
Get this.
I'm leading the charge right now.
Oh my gosh.
There's
bad. No way. I mean, it's
frustrating.
Like they have to answer for that. I mean, there's no way from an organizational standpoint. Like, you have to put your. I mean, this is your highest draft pick. Like, you have to put this guy in a situation to succeed, especially when you see the other guys who've been taken. Like, we're talking about the same position of Bijan Robinson being taken that high, of Saquon Barkley being taken that high. Even if you want to go back to like Ezekiel Elliott being taken that high, the Cowboys spent every single dollar on offensive line to make sure that investment paid absolute disservice. And I guess shout out Ashton Genty for even figuring out how to produce to the level that he has. Only 3.1 yards per carry, but That's an incredibly impressive 3.1 yards per carry.
And when does it start to get to your head? So just to,
Absolutely right.
That's a tough thing. He's a rookie.
Because that is the definition of fighting. I mean, if you're fighting like that, that is absolutely. And at what point, to your point, does he just say, "I cannot keep fighting because it's not going to be good for 17 weeks"? Coming up next, we continue to talk about the rookies and how they impact games. And this one is going to be for all the Niner fans. If you're expecting to see Travis Hunter be Travis Hunter, you might be in for a little bit of a surprise. We'll tell you what we're talking about coming up next. Allen Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products in next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part, they accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah. Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on a February 2025 Nielsen report.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let the...
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month. Intro rate for 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and sponsored by Pfizer. You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer. You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is doors or windows. Do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
Welcome into the Alan Stiles Show. Chris Watkins, Kayla Anderson, Kyle Banter, other side of the glass. Wrapping up the first hour. Talk some Monday night football. Days are thrown off already. And then, just gave, well, actually, I guess I never formally did apologize to one Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty, I'm sorry. I thought it was you. Turns out it wasn't. Should have always blamed the Raiders. Always should have known that it was much deeper and went way above his head. And the Raiders just continue to do what bad organizations in any sport do, and that is just not properly, think about their development and how they are going to kind of structure somebody to be in the best possible situation to thrive. And Ashton Genty with no offensive line is definitely finding it tough. As again, a correct number.
Stat of the day.
It's incredible. Absolutely stat of the day. 145 yards after contact this season. 144 yards, just normal on the season. So crazy stuff there.
Oh, by the way, they have the Bears next.
They have the Bears next.
Yeah. So defense, you can't just look over.
Great.
No defense you can look over, but
Montez Sweat is going to be.
You're gonna eat. What's that GIF that all the kids are doing, like the spoon feeding?
What is it? The Zeke?
Yeah,
the Zeke one? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Montez Sweat is going to be having 800 pressures on
in Vegas or not, but it's going to be a problem. It's in Vegas, so that's that might help them. But
Gino in a dome.
Chicago Bears fans probably travel pretty well. Gino in a dome. That's right. We forgot about Gino. Gino becomes Superman in the dome. So.
Well, he becomes Justin Herbert in the domes.
There we go. That's fair.
There we go.
In the domes.
Why Justin Herbert specifically?
His touchdown to intercept. Look, when Alan brought up that, because Alan's been big on this Gino in a dome, Gino in a dome, Gino in a dome. When he brought up the stats, it was like he has a 5.6 to 1 touchdown interception ratio. I'm like, that's literally Justin Herbert.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Well, then that's good to know, because I will definitely throw that back in his face then, and I will use that. So there you go. Gino goes Justin, if you will, and now we're gonna get into Travis Hunter. Just not being very Travis Hunter, which is exactly why the Jacksonville Jaguars took him with the second pick in the draft. They traded up, if I'm not mistaken, to get up to be in a position to take him, which clearly says that they had, much like we just talked about with the Raiders, ideally they had some sort of rollout plan laid out to where you would kind of know what you're going to do with a kind of special. It's much like Shohei Ohtani, as was talked about. Like, you have to kind of have some sort of plan for something that is very unorthodox. Like, nobody's ever done what Travis Hunter, to the level he's trying to do it at, has done. So just to get a little bit into the numbers so far when it comes to Travis Hunter, his offensive and defensive splits, obviously in college, that was the Travis Hunter experience. It's what made him so box office, to quote Stephen A. Smith. His offensive snaps in college, he played 86 point offensive snaps. He played 82% of the snaps. So that is just, I mean, everyone knew that was not going to be able to hold up in the NFL. One part of that had to give at least a little bit. I don't think anyone was expecting it to give as much as it has. So pretty much the trend in which it's gone is Travis Hunter week 1. We'll start with his offensive snaps. has gone from week 1, 63.6%, week 2, 59.2%, to last week, 52.9% of offensive snaps. So just about half of the offensive snaps he's gotten down to in week 3. Part of that is because the Jaguars have had some injuries in their defensive backfield, and so he's had to play more on that side. Started week 3, one of these guys, a guy on offense or a guy on defense. I like, do you have to pick one, or do you just continue to try and I guess split his snaps until you figure something out? I don't know. I mean, there's not really much precedent to trying to figure it out.
It's tough. And don't tell Deion Sanders this, because he went on Travis Kelsey's podcast with his brother, obviously, the New Heights, I believe it's called, and pretty much said, like, no, you're not using him enough, Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's a laid out.
So he's campaigning for the job, potentially.
He's pretty much campaigning for the job, saying now maybe if I take over the job, you're going to get, Jags, the most out of,
that would be something.
Out of Travis Hunter. But to your original question, Chris, it's hard because you want to be the person that proves it wrong. You want to be the player that proves like you can play both sides of the ball and do it successfully, have a lot of snaps on both sides. But I just think it's a different level in the NFL. And nowadays, more than ever, when you're seeing the injury rate go up, I think he's putting himself in a really kind of crucial position if he does continue to start or do both sides of the ball and they let him do that, because first of all, I just don't think you can ever find a rhythm on one side. I think he can be successful either on the offense or defense, but allow him to just stay in one spot and see him build his confidence up. I know he doesn't need much, but it is the NFL. He's going up against bigger defenders, and he's going up against, on the other side, obviously, offensive, people as well. Like, he's
baby. Get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road. Anytime, anywhere, it's all.
Hey, movie fans. Playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater downtown Sacramento. One battle after another. The IMAX experience.
I'll be seeing you very soon.
Not if I see you first.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Sean Penn star in this action thriller as a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue the daughter of one of their own. The best theater to experience one battle after another is on the Esquire IMAX Theater 6-story screen. Grab your reserve seats today at IMAX.com.
Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's Drive into Fall sales event?
Not only can you save up to $12,000 off MSRP on brand new 2025 Ram 25 and 3500s, but qualifying work trucks may be 100% deductible under Section 179. Plus, with nearly 500 Rams available, including those hard-to-find heavy duties, your next Ram is waiting at Hoblet.
Man, you're just piling on the savings this month.
As a fifth-generation dealer, we know great customer experience is important, and we have dozens of customer service awards to prove it. You won't find a better selection of new Rams, savings, or service than at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center in Woodland.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
12,000 net savings on select new 2025 Ram 2500 Larimer, 2,500 factory rebates, and 9,500 dealer discount. Rebates include 500 on-the-job upfit. Must show eligible upfit. Only certain trucks qualify for 100% deduction under Section 179. Consult a tax professional. Aid of the net savings to dealer for details.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons. Hammer time from down by the lake.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studio.
Live and local
It's Alan Stiles.
on Sacktown Sports.
Alan Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports. Chris Watkins, Kayla Anderson filling in for Alan Stiles. Of course, Kyle Ledbetter on the other side of the glass and joining us as he does every Tuesday and will be for one more Tuesday as the Major League Baseball season is winding down. Athletics third base coach Eric Martin joins us. Coach, can't
well. How you guys
complain. You guys are wrapping up your season here. You got your final week of ball game. You guys are back at Sutter Health Park. Get to end your season there. I mean, just kind of when you think about, the entirety of the season and the first time you guys, set foot in Sutter Health Park to start the season, just kind of what was the biggest point of adjustment, I guess, for you personally to kind of dealing with the new ballpark this year?
Well, personally, for me, it was kind of a full circle moment because I opened the stadium in 2000 as an
Wow.
original River Cat, so which is
That's
crazy.
incredible. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Tell me about it. But as far as coming back and us this being our home for the next couple few years, it was an adjustment period for sure. I mean, just as far as how the field played, how the winds were going to play, just the backdrop, everything. The fans have been great all year. They've come out, they've supported, they've done their parts. The grounds crew understanding how much work we put on the field on a daily basis. So there's a lot of adjusting early in the first couple months of the season and just getting used to just a brand new ballpark and how it was going to play.
Eric Martin's athletics third base coach joining us today. By the way, Tony Kemp says hi. My good friend
TK,
Tony,
my
he
man.
said, tell him I said hi. Great talking with you, Coach. And just off of that, this season coming to an end this weekend, obviously, what have you learned the most about this group in particular this season?
Well, it's probably nothing that is new. We're very, very talented. We got a good group of core position players. The bullpen started to shape up a little bit. Started pitching is coming around a little bit. These guys are resilient. They're starting to really, really form a good bond. They really love each other. They're starting to hang out a little bit more and getting as close as they can and realizing how good of a team we really are and starting to take some accountability for. We can only be so. We're going to be good for so long where we have to actually start making a push towards postseason, and that's kind of our goal, and that is our goal. Not kind of our goal. That is our goal, and so you take away that little stretch that we had earlier in the year, we'd be talking in. And unfortunately, we had to go through that, and we learned a lot through that, and trying to find a way for it not to extend that long and make it be as bad as it was for us this season.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, you mentioned your guys' goal, obviously, being playoffs. You guys are about to start a series with the Astros here, and the Astros are like right in the thick of the wild card race. I mean, how aware is your clubhouse of their situation? And I mean, I guess in a weird way, does that kind of amplify your guys' locker room, amplify the game atmosphere a little bit? To obviously, you're not in the race of it all, but does it kind of start to feel like a little bit more intense of an atmosphere because they're on the other side fighting for something?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, first of all, I'll say Astros anyway. You know what I mean? It's a division rival. It's a team that's ran the division over the years. So, we're trying to let our division know that we're for real. We're coming. You know what I mean? Regardless of their situation, we're going out trying to beat them every single day, like it was a few years back when we weren't very good. So we're just going out there and trying to play our best baseball at the end of the season. We have some goals that we want to accomplish towards the end of the year. If it happens to take somebody out, then be it. We don't care. We don't care about them too much. You know what I mean? We want to go out and finish strong, and this team has a lot of goals that we want to finish with these last 6 games. And them coming in, we always play them well, and they're battling for something. So it's going to definitely take the intensity up, and these guys are going to be a lot more focused and ready to go.
Athletics third base coach Eric Martin's joining us this morning. And on that note, because you mentioned towards the end of the season and having some momentum going into next year, because there are so many young guys on this team, how important is that, or do we kind of overstate that as getting that momentum going into next season?
It's always good. You want to end the season on a good note anyway and carry those. You've been working all year, whether offensively, defensively, or on the mound, something you want to see those progresses continue on towards the end of the year. And then when you have those progresses continue on to the end of the year, you carry it on to the post or to the off season. And now when you come in, you've had a full end of the season under your belt, a full off season under your belt, and now you come into spring training and continue to improve. So, for us and these young players, a lot of these guys are still trying to make a name for themselves, trying to put themselves in a position. Hey, this is how I can help the team. We got some guys that are locked in at a few positions, but there's other positions that are still up in the air. So it's important for everybody.
Yeah, Coach, you earlier mentioned the grounds crew and them. I mean, I feel like not enough can be said about the grounds crew at Sutter Health Park this year. I mean, just the amount of games that were played on that surface this year. I mean, I guess I'll just kind of give you the floor to speak to the amount of preparation that you saw kind of go into the field every day. And it might have not been perfect every single game, but just the ladies and gents out there that are kind of just working every single day to make sure that thing is as good as it can be.
I tell you what, man, Chris and his crew, man, I could not. My hats off to them. I don't know how they did it all year, every single day, and those guys did a good job. I mean, early in the year, they just needed to understand how we operated around there. They're used to just it being, a AAA facility, but they needed to understand how much work we actually put into the field every single day and how it needs to be prepared once we're done working on the field. And once he did that, it was awesome, man. He was great to communicate, easy to work with. I mean, I felt for those guys, man. Every time we'd come back from a road trip and I'd see them and those guys are just grinding out there, man. And it's just like, I'm not going to complain about how tired I am with our travel and the way we travel. These guys travel on the field every single day in 100+ degree weather. So, but they did a fantastic job with the field. They'd always be asking how it was playing. And so it was amazing, man. And those guys worked their butts off and I commend them and they did an outstanding job.
One more for me, Coach. You mentioned just the chemistry of these guys. They play a lot of games during the season. Was there ever like a fun moment? Like I know baseball players, like they have a lot of fun. They have time to have a little bit of fun. Was there ever a moment or a series during the season where you're like, okay, this is a good moment for our group?
I tell you what, man, these guys have a lot of fun with each other in general. But this last road trip series in Boston, playoff atmosphere, playing those guys, these guys, man, were all about it. And they understood the importance, how much important it was for Boston. We hadn't particularly played well there over the years anyway, even when we had our good teams. So it was good to go in there, play three really, really, really good games. And you can see these guys and really, really come together on the bench, even during that game, whether we were on offense, whether we were on defense. I could feel the energy when I was out in the third base coaching box in the dugout. I mean, these guys really, really were pulling for each other, man. It was awesome to see, and that was a really good series for us.
Yeah, Coach. Last one for me too, and it's really just what are you kind of looking forward to the end of the season for your guys? You got like 6 games left. Your last game this weekend. How do you kind of want to see your guys end the season? Is there any milestones you kind of have in the back of your mind that you're hoping to cross off, or just anything that you're hoping to see?
I think I just want us to go out and continue playing the way we've been playing since basically the All-Star break. We have one of the best records in the league and carry this momentum and see these guys really just continue to play good baseball overall. We've pitched well. Our offense has been good all year. Our defense has taken a step forward since the second half and solidified some guys. And these guys have really worked their butts off to be our break for some goals that I wanted them each to have personally. And all those guys have accomplished those and superseded my expectations of the work. So that just goes to show that, the work and how these guys work diligently every single day, go out and want to be big leaguers. I mean, you forget how young this group is, man. And they really are a bunch of young kids out there still trying to find their way. And they're pretty darn good. So just understanding how this year went and the expectations are going to be even bigger next year and how to handle those and prepare, and finish up the year strong and going in the offseason.
Absolutely. Fantastic stuff there from Athletics third base coach Eric Martins. Coach Martins, thank you for holding it down with me these past couple weeks. And then next week, I believe you'll be back with Alan to close out the season. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope to hear from you soon.
Thanks, Coach.
Oh, you got it. You guys have been great.
Thanks,
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Take care.
That is Athletics third base coach Eric Martins. Great stuff from him there. Absolutely love to hear that the guys at the end of the season coming together as well. You love that, especially, again, the A's didn't meet their expectations for this season. They're falling short of the postseason, but not letting
take in that series? in terms of the
They
game?
took 2 of
They took
3, and
2
the
of
one
3.
they lost in the 10th inning.
There you go.
So they
What
fought
a fight.
every single one of those games. All those games were close. It was
Yeah.
5. What was it? 2-1. Then they lose 5-4, and
That's
then close
great.
the series 5-3. Again, and not fighting for realistically
No.
anything. They're just fighting for pride, fighting for momentum into next season. And yeah, to the point you just made as well, playing the Astros here, again, a playoff team, a playoff type.
Yeah.
Again, it's not the same when both teams aren't in it, but the fact the Astros are fighting for something, the A's can do their best to kind of give a pseudo other playoff team effort. about that. I mean, I definitely don't think they've gotten the most out of this Giants roster so far this year, but I just believe that Melvin is a good manager, and we can go back and forth on really performance and results versus feel, but it to me just doesn't really feel like, even though the Giants are still fighting, it just
doesn't feel like that
feel
team.
like it is that team.
By the way, congrats to Kyle Ledbetter's Padres, who clinched last night.
That should definitely
walk off.
Yes, against the Brewers.
Brewers against the Brewers.
Hot Brewers.
Hot Brewers. Yeah, Kyle. I mean, that was about as exciting as it gets. I mean, the Padres, like, it was
that's fun.
That's about as good as it gets. No.
Oh, that was awesome.
Where'd you watch? You watch from home?
I did.
Were you locked in? I mean, because this is like you knew this is a potential clinching situation.
I was asleep, but
really,
I did wake up to the news. Yes.
Did you fall asleep watching the game?
I did
you
not.
Just were like, I'm not gonna.
He's out.
So you were literally like, I'll wake up and find out.
Once I saw Lions 38, Ravens 24, I turned off the TV and went to bed, and kind of woke up this morning to the news that they had walked off. But I'm still very happy that the Padres walked off. A bunch of my friends were at the game, and that was very fun for them to get to experience a walk-off, including one of them who sent a shout out Isaiah. He's not listening at all, but he took a photo of someone in a James Shields jersey as the walk-off was happening. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
That man has made it.
That guy's been there.
That guy has made it, and now we're back. Now we're good.
Have the Padres had a moment like that? I mean, like, of that kind of significance?
Recently, yes, but not. When I was growing up, they never made the playoffs. From age 5 until age 20, the Padres never made the playoffs. But yeah, there's Cronenworth game winner to beat the Dodgers. They've had a couple. They've won a few playoff series. They've Tatis hitting that home run and then chucking the bat.
That was that's a great moment too.
They've had a few, but this one was up there. This is pretty cool for walk off clinch a playoff
We
spot.
need to get Chris a team, okay? I mean, we got to pick you a team. You can root for my Mariners this postseason.
I want criteria necessary because like there would be like they would have to have like a hat that I could wear for sure.
Got it.
They would have to have a player that I could really get behind. Like the Blue Jays for
Cal
a minute,
Raleigh.
I wanted. That's not big dumper. Come on, like the nickname, like it writes itself. It's perfect. There's Mariner potential for sure. I would say Brewers. I think there's a chance. I don't know if I can stay long term with the Brewers.
Gotcha.
But
The Cubs are existing.
Cubs, they're a team. They are a team. I went to Wrigley Field a couple weeks ago, so there's at least I've been there, done that. Yeah, we can figure it out. The Blue Jays, I thought for a while were going to be it with when Bo Bichette and Vladdy were first coming up. I think they still had Chapman and Simeon.
They were
so there was some
exciting.
A's parallels too. I could kind of latch onto, but it just kind of never worked out. And
Died
I don't
out.
know. I mean, is this thing on? Like, I maybe would have
check.
wanted to be thought about supporting the
Don't say the
Yankees.
Yankees.
Like,
I
would have
knew it.
thought about.
I knew he was
but
going to
it's-
say
it's-
this.
I just, I thought about it, didn't do it. Red Sox, when Poppy and
the
Manny
gritty
were going,
Red
like,
Sox.
absolutely. How could you not?
I
mean,
loved
the
them.
4 days in October. Like, come on.
Maybe you'll find the power of friendship Cleveland Guardians to be a team. Friendship.
Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez is very
He's
good.
such a fun guy.
Jose Ramirez.
He's a cool dude, man.
Clase
Yeah,
Clase's
I
gone
covered
now.
that.
Okay, well, perfect.
Clase got suspended for gambling.
Love that.
Yep.
Great. Sounds like me and Alan's kind of guy.
But Ramirez is, he's a good dude to root for.
Yeah, Jose Ramirez, love it. Yeah, I could definitely get. Yeah, because that's the thing is I definitely feel like I need a North Star. I need a guy that I can just be like, this guy is.
And
the
then wherever they
coolest
go,
guy
you follow him.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. That would definitely throw a wrench into it all. But we can figure it out. I mean, there's a we have time, and B we definitely have some options. So coming up next, what are we going to get into next? Let's see here.
touched on everything
We have
this
everything.
morning.
Of course, we got to wrap up on the NFL season. Biggest questions from the Week 3 weekend. We get into it. Who's going to be the first coach fired? I think today we got a little bit of a preview. Next, Alan Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday starts out pretty nice. Before the afternoon, we're going to be heating up. Expect to have plenty of sunshine, light winds out of the west, and temperatures this afternoon close to record heights. Across the valley, expect upper 90s to about 100 degrees. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Fresh adventures await at the Roseville Auto Mall with 20 top brands and thousands of vehicles in stock daily. Your new adventure is just a short drive or click away. Driven to be the best.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callmaverick.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emron Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Card Show that airs right here on Sac's The Latest Trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Report, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Joey Estes, out with a herniated disc in his lower back, is expected to return in 2026 after undergoing successful surgery in LA from Dr. Robert Watkins. Denzel Clark, out with that right adductor strain, expected to return in late September after going through a running and hitting progression in Arizona. That was your injury report, brought to you by DTLA Law Group.
Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. I am Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 58 Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Are you thinking about buying a new car? Well, maybe you're on the fence. Let me help you out. Kyle Draper here from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the first time I stepped into the MP of Stockton showroom, I knew I made the right choice. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV. It's comfortable, stylish, and most importantly, it's safe. Mercedes-Benz experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. It's just a short drive down I-5 or anytime at mbfstockton.com.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
Gotcha. Chris Watkins, Kayla Anderson, Kyle Ledbetter, other side of the glass, filling in for Alan Stiles. Alan will be back on Monday for Sacramento Kings Media Day. Exciting stuff there. Sure, he'll definitely be ready to go from Jump Street. Knowing Alan, he probably has got a list of things that he's ready to hit, and then players will just be circling through the table, and you will get non-stop Kings interviews for probably like an hour and a half straight on Monday. So definitely don't want to miss the Sacramento Kings Media Day again on Monday. We will have all of our shows out there. The morning show, you won't hear that content until the following day. I believe the Drive Guys will be live from there as well. So, pretty much from 10 a.m. to until they kick us out the door, you will be getting Kings content all day on Monday as Media Day kicks off, and really the NBA, other teams' Media Days today as well. I saw the Knicks and Mike Brown spoke today for the first time since taking over that job. Jordy Fernandez and the the Nets had theirs today as well. Zion Williamson, a very, very trimmed out Zion Williamson, looking good at Pelican Media Day. Trey Murphy said, quote, "He is slimmer than I have ever seen him in the summertime. He's in a really good place mentally." So there you go. Love to hear that from Zion, somebody who has obviously just been ravaged with injury throughout his career. We kind of talked about it when it comes to Nick Bosa yesterday, how sometimes, yes, like you could look like a Greek god, a Herculean freak, but that might not be best for your actual athletic career. And I think Zion definitely falls into that try something else. So I'm really excited to see how Zion looks this year, how he plays this year. I know Luka Doncic as well. He was in Men's Health earlier this summer, looking good. So it's always the in vogue, in trend thing every time at Media Day. I remember DeMarcus Cousins came to Sacramento Kings Media Day, obviously probably like 10, 15 years ago or so, and it was huge news when he lost. I think it was 25 pounds over summer.
25 pounds? I didn't realize it.
It was a ton.
What was like the reasoning behind all that? Sorry, I'm just interested.
I think it was just mobility. Yeah, I mean, DeMarcus was he was a brute. It was just I want to be more mobile.
Yeah.
I want to run the floor. I want to, kind of be able to shoot more and not just be put in the post and say, go to work, big guy. And
bully around.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out for him for sure. But it's always a thing come NBA Media Day is to see the guys just body transformations one way or the other. Either they come like ripped, shredded, bigger than ever, or they're like 25 pounds lighter, and it's like, oh yeah, I stopped eating red meats all summer, and now look at me. So I'm excited for that. Like Victor Wembanyama, he is going to be at some point. Victor Wembanyama is going to look like Giannis Antetokounmpo or something.
Like, what'd you do during the off season, man? I mean, I just ate like 40,000 eggs.
I ate everything one day. But let's get into the biggest questions of the NFL Week 3 weekend, as it is now over. And yes, the best music that you can find. Which 3-0 team do we believe in the most? I feel like it's just easier to go. We'll just go down the line. The three of us. You got the Chargers at 3-0. You got the 49ers at 3-0. The Bills at 3-0. Eagles at 3-0. Those pesky Colts at 3-0. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Which 3-0 team, if we had to pick, is one that we are riding to the end? Kyle, why not? You go first.
The team I believe in the most is the Buffalo Bills, because I believe they will lose in the AFC Championship game.
Love it. Absolutely love it. That's how you celebrate.
A believer. Kind of.
Kayla, what do you feel? 3-0 team. You got the Chargers, Niners, Bills, Eagles, Colts, or Bucks?
I am a believer in the Bills, and I actually have been a Josh Allen not like enthusiastic person about because of the postseason, kind of shortcomings, 55 yards passing. And Cook has 254. It's a balanced attack, guys. They've got a good defense. I just feel like this could be their year. And they played some teams. Ravens, they blew out the Jets, and then, Miami. That was a
wasn't until it wasn't. Yeah, well, I don't know what's going on with Miami.
They might get,
we
Firing
might talk about Miami here in just a second. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, and mainly because I don't believe that they're playing the. This was the first week that they're playing the sport of football. Actually, I've not seen them play a true like, hey, we're just gonna like actually try and move the ball forward and throw and do things like that instead of, hey, we're just gonna play 4 downs at a time, try and get it to 3rd and 1, push, take all the clock off, and we're gonna gain like 200 yards of offense. So instead of playing rugby, the Eagles have decided to play football, and they're really good at that too. They're really good at football, it turns out. I just don't think that anybody can play the Eagles game, and so I just pitched 3-0 team. Do we think it's the biggest frauds? I mean, I feel like everyone's going to say the Colts, so I'm going to say the Niners. I have to say the Niners. I do not believe that this 49ers team is legitimately a top-tier team. Now, I'm not saying they're bad, but if we're going to talk about them being in the upper echelon tier of the NFL, I don't think that they're as good as the Chargers. I don't think they're as good as the Bills. I don't think they're as good as the Eagles. I don't even think they're as good as the Lions, frankly, from what I saw last night. I'd be interested to see them versus the Packers, maybe where they fall, but I feel like maybe in the NFC, they're, again, it's not super top heavy in the NFC. They can be in that close to top tier, but I just don't think that the Niners are the class of the NFC or in that top tier like they've been in the past.
Yeah, they played some close games, and we'll see what happens. My biggest fraud at 3-0 right now is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow.
Yeah, their point differential is +6. That's the lowest of any NFL team in history to start 3-0, guys.
Fair.
I mean, we talk about the win over Atlanta. It was 23-20. Then Atlanta just got literally drilled by Carolina 30-0. A 20-19 win over Kings next. And Mike Evans, he's left, with a hamstring injury in that game, and he's going to be out for just a little bit. That did not look great. So next up for them, I believe, is Philly, and have fun with the Philly special. Is that correct, guys?
It is Philly.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is Philly.
I'm not really a believer yet. I like Baker though.
Yeah, Baker, I think he's definitely. I think he is no longer. I don't have to question if this is real anymore.
I'm with you.
I think I'm okay saying like, yeah, Baker Mayfield, upper echelon, like upper 15 quarterback. Kyle,
I will make the case the Chargers and the Colts are both equal frauds.
Chargers. Wow.
I only say that because here's what's going to happen. The Chargers are going to be the 5 seed. The Colts are going to be the 4 seed. They're going to play in the first round of the playoffs. It's going to be at like 1:30 on Saturday, and it's going to be the most disgusting football you've ever seen.
Oof.
Are you taking the Chargers in that? In this hypothetical 4-5 playoff matchup?
It depends. I've joked for years. There's only 3 kinds of Chargers seasons. They're really bad. They lose like 9 one-score games, or they lose in the playoffs in the most embarrassing way you've ever seen.
Losing to Daniel Jones.
Yeah, losing to Daniel Jones would be
that'd be pretty peak.
Unbelievably embarrassing.
Pretty crazy.
I mean, who loses?
You guys, I'm interested now.
What
I'm
kind
not
of
gonna lie.
loser? What kind of losing team loses to Daniel Jones in the playoffs? Chris's Vikings.
The Vikings. Couldn't be my team.
Could you imagine? I can't stop. Is there an 0-3 team that you actually believe in? You have the Jets, Dolphins, Giants, Texans, Titans, Saints. Any takers?
Yuck.
Kayla, we'll start with you.
Looks disgusting. And the only reason I'd go with the Titans because I know a lot about them, but I don't believe in them. So
That's
there you go.
crazy.
There's my answer there. I would say just the Dolphins, just because we've known what they can do in the past with Mike McCarthy, or Mike
You're good,
McDaniel.
Mike
I'm
McDaniel.
sorry, guys, this week. So I don't know if even that's the right thing to go with. But Miami, just because I know they've been more of the sure thing out of those teams.
Right. Miami at least has the Tyreek Hill. Like, they have the shiny object that you can maybe sell yourself on. Before you even came here, my answer was the Titans. I believe in the Titans. I think that there's something there. I like that they fought against the Broncos. I like that they fought a little. What, it was the Rams in week 2 that
they did.
They fought
That
for
was
a little. It was about 3/4 of
one
fight
against
was
the
that
Rams,
week
right?
1?
It might not.
The Rams.
Yeah,
they played the Rams. They showed a good
week
fight.
2. You're right.
And yeah, I just have been, now again, they haven't won a game yet,
Right.
but I've been very impressed by the fight that they have shown, and I think there might be something there. However, there also definitely might be absolutely nothing there. Kyle, real quick, who's your 0-3 team that you might believe in?
I want to believe in Justin Fields. He's going to be good one day, but he's also hurt, so I guess the Jets.
Okay.
I guess the Jets. That is really the mantra of the Jets. We'll tie a bow on some. We have some other questions. Coach fired. Is it going to be Mike McDaniel? Is it going to be Brian Callahan? Brian Daboll, he just announced a new starting quarterback. So many different options. Yeah, we will officially wrap a bow on week 3 of the NFL season. Coming up next, Alan Stiles, Sacktown Sports.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement, and as a fiduciary, we always put your interest first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro from them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 7.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what do we have for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
That's 24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due, pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement, iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,999, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Michael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A+ Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. Usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
This Sacktown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. Eddie Panera had a walk-off 35-yard. Mac Jones made his second start for the injured Brock Purdy and led the team down the field in the final 2 minutes to set up that field goal. Ricky Pearsall had his best game with the Niner, catching 8 passes for 117 yards. Niners are back in action at home this Sunday versus Jacksonville. You can catch all the action beginning at noon right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Your home
on sports.
welcome in.
Ooh, that was nice. Were you serenading us?
Little skiddity dap bap bap bap. Something light for the people of Sacramento. You're welcome.
Feeling good.
Feel good. Yeah, it feels good. Oh, was that an ad lib?
I'm saying Chris is doing his ad lib.
Skibbity bop bop.
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming soon. An album full of ad libs.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, please. Many will. What are we? Alan Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports, Chris Watkins, Kayla Anderson, KL.
Ooh, I like that nickname, KL.
I was waiting for a reaction. Kyle gave me nothing. Kyle Ledbetter on the other side of the glass. He just looked straight at me. There's like tons of nicknames that because like Chris, Kyle, Kayla probably not.
Mine's
super,
KK.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's Cake. Why?
That's my nickname. I don't know. Ever since I was little.
Just KK.
Middle name not K.
No, KM is my Marie. Yeah, I don't know.
Just kind of a cutesy name, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean it works. Yeah,
KK?
it is a. Interesting. Yeah, like C-Dub doesn't work for me. Don't like it. The only one that I actually like, my dad gave it to me, Watkins.
I like that.
Chris Watkins. It's like unique, and again, like the bigger problem is Kyle will probably sympathize. There's like 4 Kyles here. There's always, whether I'm playing sports or I'm in school or anything, always some other Chris that's walking around, and so you gotta. You go through the gambit of nicknames.
But your last name is also unique, but long to its word.
Yeah.
Ledbetter.
I kind of like saying your last name, though, because I feel like I'm saying something that's really hard to pronounce. But it's like,
very
it's not really. So Ledbetter, I'm like, yeah, I said that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what's...
But like Draper is easier to say than Ledbetter. So people call him Draper, but call me Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So what you're saying is you don't get benefit of the nickname more times than not. You're usually the Kyle. Somebody else gets the nickname.
Yes, exactly.
That's a sad world, man.
I'm the Kyle. Someone else.
Nothing ever stuck?
Not.
Nothing that you would like, I should say. Nothing that you like, because I'm sure there's like, I don't love C-Dub.
Well,
I'm not.
The funny joke we have on the show is that sometimes we'll play sounds and stuff like that. So if I ever try to go from producer to DJ, I can be DJ LED.
Ooh.
You finished your cert.
If I ever decide to take these board skills and become a DJ, I can be DJ LED.
Instead of pushing up, you turn knobs.
If I ever go to work for an FM, it's DJ LED on the mic.
Oh, you can work for Now Tomorrow. Now 100.5 DJ LED from 10 to midnight. Dude, you're...
The LED lights and all that. Yeah. We can make this a thing.
What are we doing? Like, what are you...
Yeah.
It works for radio.
Jeez, come on. We're trying to make things happen.
My last name works for radio, at least.
It does. Yes. I'm just gonna leave that there. Let's see here. First coach fired.
Speaking of people looking for new jobs,
make a face for radio joke, but that's just we don't need to do that.
Speaking of people looking for new jobs,
Speaking of people looking for new jobs,
Send your segue
there
strikes
you
again.
go. Thank you, 3 folks. Well, I feel like often it's not a surprise who the first coach fired would be, but there might be some other candidates. The 3 that I have written down here: Brian Daboll of the New York Giants. That's just been one. It feels like, I don't know if he's ever been on a hot seat, but that thing has been very warm for about a year and a half now. Even though I think the funny thing is people kind of universally say he's a good coach, but
but just then why haven't we been able? I know they say it's the Giants. Right. But how many times are we going to keep saying it's the Giants?
I will say, as someone who watched college football 10 years ago, I saw Brian Daboll not be able to do anything with Jalen Hurts, and I've never been able to back, and I still think that's so weird.
Very fair. So yeah, Brian Daboll, I think is the name, and yeah, he well, I think we'll maybe go over it in our headlines, but they named Jackson Dart starting quarterback moving forward, or at least for week 3 or week 4. That is not done out of security, that's for sure. You don't change your quarterback because things are going well. So definitely some heat going there, whether it be from the front office or just fans getting very, very first coach fired. Mike McDaniel, this guy has almost been asking for it all summer long with his quotes. He is pushing it to the limit, and now his team is 0-3. They look as bad as what I think people thought they could look. And unless they turn it around, I mean, I just feel like he, to me, is the one that feels like he's trending the direction. They play the Jets, to be fair, coming up next. They go at Panthers. Then they go Chargers, at Browns, at Falcons. So I guess he might have some opportunities here to collect some wins, maybe cool down that seat a little bit. But I definitely think Mike McDaniel belongs on this list. Is this his?
To win games, you have to win the game.
That is true. Thank you. That is, and with that kind of insight, I mean, you can see how he's going to find a job really quickly.
To win games, you have to win the game.
That's big, if
not
true.
lose the game.
If true. And the other is Brian Callahan of the Tennessee Titans, who we saw this morning. Kayla is obviously incredibly tapped in with the Tennessee Titans, but this morning we see that, Brian Callahan no longer will be calling plays for the Tennessee Titans.
Yikes. That's a step down. And I would say, because I'm close to the source, I do think Mike McDaniel is in trouble. I think Brian Daboll is for the fact that they're changing quarterbacks, and I think he probably doesn't want to do that right now. But when you have upper management screaming because the fans are screaming, and that's what's going on in Tennessee. So, I mean, Amy Adams Strux is the owner. The fans are livid. They want Brian Callahan's head cut. Like, they don't want him there anymore. And so they decided, well, you got to give up your play calling duties, which, by the way, last year he said there's no way I'm doing. So now they're not giving him to the offensive coordinator, Nick Holtz. They're giving them to Bo Hardigree, the quarterback coach. That go look up his history, folks. It is not great.
A lot of Adam Gase
Yes.
in it.
Yes. And we know the eyes don't lie. So.
No, they wander quite a bit. Wow, yeah, that was, just.
I think all three of them could go.
Absolutely, it wouldn't surprise. I mean, yeah, that Titan situation is not looking good. I mean, I think Cam Ward's he threw that crazy cross the field touchdown. I don't know if he has another one. I think they only have one rushing touchdown.
One rushing,
which is just. I mean, you just can't, especially when you're the offensive mind and you're brought in there to switch things around and, just not going well.
And he's an offensive guy. They hired him specifically because they needed to get the offense going because they haven't had a lot of it. And he's failing miserably at it. And I get it, Cam Ward's a rookie, but he's actually playing good for what it's worth. And the offensive line spent money on that. Not going so well.
Yeah, I'm looking at their schedule. I was trying to see. So when the schedule goes bad, as in like you play bad teams, it kind of goes one of two ways that you can look at it, where it's either, hey, these are some opportunities for you to kind of save your skin a little bit, or these are some games where when you lose, the yelling to get you fired is going to be so extremely loud you might not be able to make it out. These are all road games. They just played 2 home games, lost to the Rams, lost to the Colts. They go at Texans. The Texans have not been good so far this year. It feels like you can maybe explain that away, CJ. Like, there's still some talent there. The Texans' defense is still solid. At Cardinals, again, we just saw the Cardinals last week against the Niners. Record-wise, good. Talent-wise, putting it together-wise, I don't think anyone's ever been super impressed with the Cardinals. You can get fired after that game, and then you go at Raiders. That's one where it feels like you have to, like, if he's still around, you have to win that game.
You know, the one that's weird, though, on that is the first one with Houston.
Really?
Because of the history with the Houston Texans. Amy Adams Strunk is very, very emotional when it comes to those types of games. If they get beat down by a 0-3 or 0-3 Houston team, Brian Callahan could go after that game.
That is very interesting. I mean, that's not, I guess you laying it out like that's not surprising at all. That sounds like something that you could absolutely see happening a month into the season. And again, you get rid of your play calling duties. At that point, you're the head coach and you're the offensive mind, and what are you really contributing at that point? And you have a number, you pick a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure, a lot of expectation to make that thing work, and you don't have time to waste. And so, it would not surprise me if this is the final week of Brian Callahan. I'll go Mike McDaniel just to be different, but Brian Callahan, it really feels like writing's on the wall.
I'll take Dayball.
Why not? Why not?
Also, Giants have the first bye week of the group, so if coach is going to get fired, bye week's the time to do it.
There you go.
Yeah, when is that, by the way, Kyle?
Like week 10, I want to say.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's the earliest, huh?
The Dolphins are like the Thanksgiving weekend, and the Titans aren't until like December.
Wow. That's even
Saved by
worse
the
for
bell,
them. They're going to have no bodies left on the field.
My goodness. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're right. They don't have theirs until, very, very late in the season. So, Wow, that's definitely interesting.
Good
Even
point.
week 10 is pretty late, though. You would figure something's probably going to give by then. We'll see how Jackson Dart performs. I think if he obviously performs well, shows any signs of progress at that position, I would imagine they'll keep Dayball for the time being. But yeah, that is a shaky situation. And only a month into the season, already a couple head coaches looking like it could be the end. Coming up next, we're going to preview, as we are going to all week, a new position for the Sacramento Kings. Yesterday we did point guard, so today, boy, oh boy, hopefully we have time because we have to do the Kings shooting guards, and we only have 2 hours left in the program, so I don't know if we're going to have enough time to get to all of the Kings shooting guards in that time and all the access. So we talk about the Kings' insane depth at shooting guard coming up next. Alan Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection? A low monthly payment? More for your trade? At Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, you get it all. Model year-end savings are going on now. Drive away in your favorite Honda. It's savings you just can't say no to. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local
It's Alan Stiles.
on Sacktown Sports.
Happy noon. You're listening to the Alan Stiles Show. No Alan Stiles. Chris Watkins here. Kayla Anderson joining me. Kyle Ledbetter, you know it. Other side of the glass. Oh boy, let's get into it. We're going to need some time. Like I said, good thing this is a 24 minutes commercial-free segment here. Brought to you by Could Be You. Could Be You.
Brought to you by nobody.
Nobody yet. Not
But
with that attitude. Not with that attitude. Could be you though. Could be you. Just call Scott Marsh. Call Scott Marsh, and this 24 uninterrupted minutes could be brought to you by you.
Do you have his phone number? Probably not.
Nope, but Dave does. Dave always has it by heart.
Social media. He's on social media.
You know, call the front desk and just say, "Let me talk to Scott."
Exactly.
They'll know what you're talking
Well,
about.
there's also like 4 Scotts that work here.
They'll figure it out. You know, Marshy.
That's an easy
Marsh,
name to
Marsh,
remember.
Marsh, the Marshmallow, the Martian, Marshman. He probably hates all those.
Marshman probably is fine.
He probably hates all of them.
Martial law.
There you go.
We are on
There you
nicknames
go.
today, so
Yeah.
sorry guys if we bring up your name, you're gonna get a nickname.
You're getting nicknamed real quick. Yeah. So
With
yeah.
C-Dub, KK, and DJ LED.
There we go.
Okay,
Oh my
that
God.
that
was
flowed.
it. Do we have an official show title? I think so. I think so. So, thank you all for joining us. Hope you're having a good lunchtime. And we always end up talking about if this is truly a lunchtime or not. But whether or not, thank you so much for joining us. And you joined us at a good time because we're going to get into just the longest list that you could ever find, and that is the list of Sacramento Kings who can, I guess, play the shooting guard position, because it really does feel like it is all of them, with the exception of, and you can probably put Keegan Murray into that category as well, honestly. It's probably, that will be the true sign of when we are on the other side of the mountain here, when we actually have enough forward depth to where we can have conversations of, can we put Keegan Murray at the 2, and is that a thing? It definitely should be. I digress. Let's get into the people who are actually going to be playing shooting guard this season for the Kings, starting off with one Zach LaVine, who will be more than likely the guy who's getting, yes, thank you, Kyle. Can't wait. I wonder how long it took people to kind of put the Veen and the Fiend together at the arena. They play this.
I really
after,
like. I know.
yeah,
I'm like.
after,
I like
after
this.
Zach LaVine scores, dunk, 3, anything, just
Scott Moak,
through the
Zach
entire
LaVine.
Okay.
Come on.
It's pretty good.
I think that's a great marketing strategy there.
It's really, really good. Yeah, Kayla, we have to get you out to a Kings game. There's
Please.
truly nothing like it. Like the Keegan Murray. I'm sure you're familiar with
Yeah.
the Keegan Murray. Like,
Right, and of
all
course, I mean, of course, the beam. Like,
the beam. I mean,
like beam.
it's probably better than you would even think. Like it seems
I
like
need
it'd
to
be
Not to
pretty
overhype
simple.
it, but
No, I heard it's incredible,
really
you
think,
guys.
I mean, I think you can overhype it because it's just a laser. I mean, it's like it's a laser.
it's
It doesn't sound
cool.
extraordinary at all, and you just can't really explain how excited you are to see that stupid laser go into the sky and how cool it is to go home, drive home, still see it in the like. It's just. I mean, I'm not the first person to say it, but they knocked it out the park. Like,
Can I
it is
ask
the coolest thing on
one
the planet.
journalistic question? Because you
Please.
know this is my background, guys,
Please,
and
yes.
I'm new here, so I'm going to ask some questions and
Please.
learn more about the Kings specifically. But where did the light the beam come from?
I think we've officially tracked it down to a story of Vivek Ranadive, the Kings owner, and John Reinhart, who's the Kings president. Essentially, just kind of came up with it. I think there was the LA Angels had a similar kind of spirit of post game, obviously the Cubs, fly the W and all that kind of stuff. I don't know where the laser specifically came from, but
so
unless
there's
you do,
the laser part. There's a company that does
there's
it.
a Sacramento-based,
Yes,
like
so
Folsom-based company or something like that.
The people who do it for like Cirque du Soleil in Vegas and stuff, the people who make those lasers are based out of, again, it might be Folsom, it might be further east or something.
Semi-local.
But
That's great.
So anyways, they reached out to them, and then originally it was one, and then not to give away state secrets, it's like 3 or 4 beams now
I mean, they're
combined
always
to look
juicing
like
that
one.
thing up. That thing is, it's
So
gotten
now
some
you
beat
can see
throughout
it
the years.
like miles and miles. Like before, it was like I used to live over in Arden. It was like, oh, you can kind of see it, and now it's like you can be out in Roseville and have a chance to see it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the Luxor when it's all said and done. You can see it from space.
It really is. Like, I mean, I've stayed at the Excalibur, which is right next to the Luxor. It is the same exact beam. Like, I mean, their beam is white, ours is purple, but it is the same exact kind of like strength, all of it. It's just the Luxor one doesn't have the magic, the magic.
No, it does not. And the Luxor is probably going to get torn down eventually.
Exactly.
So anyways,
No, it is definitely on its way. Let me tell you again. I stay. Yeah, both of those can go sometime soon. But yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for the explanation, though,
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely. So we definitely I thought you were going to ask, and I should do my the service of letting you know that in the past, some people, we will not throw out names, Alan Stiles has gotten in trouble for questioning if the beam is here to stay or if the beam is a shtick or just like of that ilk,
I think that's also the important context. So the beam, when they first did it, no one knew what it was.
Yeah, they just did it.
Got it.
But then like they started that year like 2-5, and then they won like 8 games in a row.
Right.
And when that happened, that's when they all started calling themselves the Beam Team.
Yep.
And so I think it's stuck.
Kevin Herter
like
specifically.
Yes. Kevin Herter.
He coined the term Beam Team.
Yeah.
In a comment. Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox was tweeting like the beam and stuff like that. But anyways, the point is, I don't know if it would have stuck if not for the first year of doing it being the year they broke the playoff drought.
Yes. Okay. And now it feels like every year the question at least becomes more legitimate. Whether or not the conversation will actually be had or not, I do start to feel like it is a legitimate conversation if we're just going to continue to do
And you're hearing about it nationally, guys, because we talked about it on a radio show in Nashville. Like, we talked about the beam.
Really?
And so it's something that people are talking about. It's not just the local thing. Like, people like know about this.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, we need a thing first and foremost. Like the Kings need some sort of like thing that isn't losing to be their thing.
It's gonna be there forever now. That's kind of my takeaway. Yeah,
100%. I mean, the trademarks are in. Like they're 100% locked in.
It's our version of fly the W or light the A or whatever else. That's
like the A. That's what it was.
I don't remember if it was Reinhardt. Someone worked for the Ducks in Anaheim.
I know it was Reinhardt that had the idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
someone in the organization worked for the Ducks, and it was like, what if we could do something like that for Sacramento? Was the original idea.
Yeah. No, and it's been great. I mean, it truly is. It's great. It hits every time. It really does. In those playoff memes, there's nothing. Like
all 3 of them.
All 3 of those things lit up the sky, like you wouldn't believe it. But yes, Zach LaVine, if you will.
That one didn't stick.
That one did not stick.
They tried it.
They did. It was not good. He speaking of just not good, I would say the fit last year was just clunky. It didn't work, which was natural because that was a patchwork team. It was a De'Aaron Fox. The Spurs aren't going to give us any of their young, exciting players. They're not going to give us Stephon Castle. They're not going to give us even Jeremy Sohan. We can't get, and so we have to get something to be able to say we got a good piece for De'Aaron Fox. That ends up being Zach LaVine. And he's a weird one. I really don't know what to do with Zach LaVine's game because some games you watch him and when he's on, I mean, I don't know if it's crazy to say, but I don't know if there's many better scorers in the NBA. If we're just talking about a guy who can put the ball in the hoop at a just ridiculously efficient rate. He'll have games where he's 13 of 16 and he's 8 of 9 from 3. And it's just like, how is this guy not missing? But then other games, that's not there. And, obviously you're not going to be able to light the world on fire every single night. But the impact, I think, is the word with Zach LaVine that I just didn't feel. And it was strange because DeMar DeRozan, who is another guy you can throw into the list of guys who are probably going to steal some minutes at shooting guard, for better or worse, you would feel DeMar DeRozan. When DeMar's on, when he's cooking, when he's playing in his half court, he's backing a guy down, he's getting to his turnaround game, all that stuff. Maybe it's because he has the ball in his hands for so long in those possessions, but you feel it. You understand DeMar DeRozan is going to win or lose you this game based off of his play right now. And again, that you would feel that in the bad too, when he's missing those shots, when he's forcing it, when he's just not when the offense isn't running well through him, you feel it. You wouldn't feel that with Zach LaVine, even in the good, even when he was on fire. Sometimes you wouldn't feel the gravity of he is just taking over this game. It felt like he was making shots, and maybe that's more of a basketball thing where it's just you can't really quantify. Like, again, he's putting up numbers and all of this, but the impact on winning, which is always the conversation, especially when it comes to these empty calorie kind of guys, is you Trae Young, you can put up all the points you want, but if your team's an 8 seed and you know you're not playing any defense, which I think plays a lot into the Zach LaVine conversation, with how much you're being paid, your impact isn't matching what you're being paid. And I think that's the real conundrum with a guy like Zach LaVine. Isn't his talent, if you look at the dollar figure and you look at what he's able to do on the basketball floor, it matches up. But for some reason, when Zach LaVine is making, what is it, Kyle, 30, 40, $50 million a year that Zach LaVine's making
48
nowadays?
this year.
$48 million. That is hunkering. That is 35% of your salary that one guy is holding down
while not being an all-star.
While not being an all-star. Like, you're not going to be able to win with that unless you're getting such crazy value out of the other guys that are probably young, are probably rookies, or maybe you're just, previously a guy like Malik Monk, who was on a good contract because you kind of found him in free agency. Now Malik is a little bit more of the industry pays standard pay. He's $17 million a year, and you see the Kings trying to move off of him. Maybe that's because he's no longer a plus asset. He's more of just a neutral asset. And so, long way of saying it feels like Zach LaVine, the player, good player, if not even a great offensive player, but when you're paying him what he is paid, which isn't fair to him, because he did negotiate that contract, but it's not his fault that the Bulls paid him that money. It's not his fault that the Kings were willing to take on his contract. But when you're eating up that big of a percentage of the salary, it's really, really, really tough to build a winning team around it unless you build it perfectly. And we know the Kings haven't built this thing perfectly, but we'll just see how well they built around him. And I haven't really been able to flush it out all this way, but it is kind of crazy how much I think Zach LaVine is going to affect the other pieces around. Like, Zach LaVine is almost everything has to work around him now, in the sense of if you want the puzzle to come together, it's all got to be in service of working either around his holes or helping him be great or be more consistent on the offensive end. Because you look at the Kings roster, Zach LaVine has to be their star. Kyle mentions Zach LaVine, all this production, not an all-star. The Kings have to figure out, much like we talk about with Ashton Genty, how do we service this guy?
How do we make him his best?
Make him his best. How do you make him the all-star?
Let me intervene
Please.
with this question. Did you see what I did there?
Absolutely.
Sorry, that was
really
really bad.
Great.
Kyle, you can hit me with the sound.
That sounds sure. There you go.
I'll take that too.
Intervene, I see. Yeah.
Intervene, yeah. So with this being like in terms of the guards, like shoot first guards, right?
Yes.
We've talked about this. There's a lot of them on the team.
Yeah, almost exclusively.
Yeah, it's like, where's the balance here? But with him in particular, it's almost like what I'm hearing, and as I'm learning the Kings being here in Sacramento, and I'm really enjoying the process of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
lot.
excited to learn about this season, but it's almost like he might have fit somewhere else a little better, but there's still a chance that you can help him be his best player. But it's like, is it the right fit?
100%. Yes, definitely. Like, I think there's a world where, like, the Denver Nuggets are a team that was rumored to, they end up trading Michael Porter Jr. for Cam Johnson. There was a world where they traded Michael Porter Jr. for Zach LaVine. And that's better for Zach LaVine because he can be a score. Go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
Nikola Jokic is going to have the ball. Every decision is going to be made by Nikola Jokic. We just need, when you touch the ball, that thing go up and it go through. And Zach LaVine, as I said, like, he has a real, true elite talent at being that.
Yeah.
But to your point, you have to find the right situation. And I mentioned Nikola Jokic. I'll do the thing of, like, the closest you're going to get in this league to what Nikola Jokic brings, it is a far distance between what he does and what Domantas Sabonis does, but Sabonis is as close as you're going to get to that style of play. It's not going to be at the same level, but that's where, if Domantas Sabonis, and we've seen him before, he can be a team's, I called him the North Star of the Beam team. They ran so much dribble handoffs where they would set Sabonis just right at the top of the free throw line, right at the top of the key, at the nail. They would give him the ball, and everybody just runs around him and either passes it, gives it in front, sets a screen. Everything just went completely around him.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to run that style of offense anymore. But if they can get some form of just movement, just getting those guys open in space, getting quick decisions, not having the offense boggle down, because with as many offensive weapons as they have too, again, Dennis Schroeder, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, like all those guys need touches, need shots, need the ball. They can't run the half-court DeMar DeRozan, back it down for 15 seconds and try and get a shot off in the last 8. Like, that's not going to work for these guys. And so if they can find a way to kind of level out the touches, level out the time of possession, I guess, if you could call it that, between the players, I think that would be a more conducive situation for Zach LaVine. But I think at the end of the day, Zach is most comfortable scoring the ball. And if you can figure out how he can do that and not really have to worry about him on the defensive end, that's where I think he can be successful. And that's maybe where some of these other guys come in, more specifically Keon Ellis. We know you mentioned the shoot-first shooting guards that the Kings have. We know Zach LaVine, shoot first. Malik Monk, shoot first. DeMar DeRozan, shoot first. Keon Ellis is the one guy where you come in, he's the defensive stopper. We know that Keon comes in, that is what he's coming in to do. He can still shoot the ball. And let's not forget Keon Ellis. I don't remember what his final number was, but he finished top 5 in three-point percentage last season while being an elite defender on the other side of the ball. He's the one guy who can maybe enter the starting lineup that I think you might be surprised by, especially if a Kuminga situation ends up happening here in Sacramento. That's where I could definitely see Keon Ellis getting that starter role that I think a lot of Kings fans really, really want for him. This is going to be I have no idea what to expect for Keon this season with his contract situation up in the air. So he's
unrestricted free agent in 2026.
I believe so. Kyle, please correct me if I'm wrong. So Keon's contract situation now, because they could have signed him to an extension this offseason, didn't, and so now they're going into this year. As Kayla mentioned, he will be an unrestricted free agent going into this offseason.
Yes.
So there is no form of obviously not a restricted free agent,
No.
so they have no rights to his bird rights. Well, I guess they would still have his bird rights.
They would still have his bird rights, but that doesn't matter.
Qualifying offer, thank you.
Yes. And mid-level exception, all that stuff. But it won't really matter because we're not talking about like a 4 or 5 year. I mean, maybe we are, but if it gets to like a 4-year deal, then bird rights would come into play. But I would imagine he's going to hit free agency, probably going to get a 2 or 3 year deal from someone. That would be my guess. Yeah. And probably in the $15 to $20 million range,
and
barring injury this year.
And that leads me to believe that I don't want it to happen. I think Keon Ellis can be an answer at shooting guard long term, even as a starter for this team. But Kyle, to me, it feels like Keon Ellis is prime trade candidate for me for this team, because we know he has value across the league. Any team could fit in Keon Ellis, who again can shoot threes, can play defense, two-way player.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody's looking for a 3-and-D guy. Keon Ellis is a 3-and-D guy. If the Kings don't have any sort of, I don't know what their money situation is going into this offseason in terms of how easily it would be to retain him. But if he's going to enter the open market, to me, knowing the Kings' history, you don't keep those guys a lot of the time, especially when you had an opportunity
But do they
to
need
potentially
to?
do right by him.
So this is the interesting conversation. It is, what direction do they want to go?
Yes. Yes.
Look, I hate comparing the Kings to the Chicago Bulls, but hey, they seem to be doing it a lot. Last year, the Bulls made the call with a year left on his contract to trade Alex Caruso to the Thunder for Josh Giddey.
Yes.
Giddey, not as good of a player right now as Caruso, but they signed him to a long-term. You have him for 5 years of team control, potential for growth, stuff like that. If the Kings, again, we're talking about a lesser version of that, but the Kings could make the same call with Keon Ellis. It's like, hey, we get to the trade deadline. It seems like he's going to hit unrestricted free agency. Teams are going to have cap space. Maybe we just make the trade now and get, not saying Josh Giddey, but you get some version of a lottery pick that hasn't had runway with another team. It won't be as good as Josh Giddey because Keon's not as good as Caruso, but that's kind of the idea, is like, do you cash in now to get younger? And that's all based on the direction Scott Perry wants to take the team.
And he's, what, a third-year player in the league?
Yes, I want to say in terms of
this will be Keon. This will be Keon's fourth year,
It'll be but spiritually, yeah, like if it feels like it's his third year of like playing like real legitimate rotational minutes.
Yeah. So he's 25. He'll turn 26 in January. If that helps.
In the development of him specifically, guys, how has that been since arriving here?
I mean, he's really been the shining example in terms of King's development, especially like deep develop. Like it's one thing to develop a top 10 pick in Keegan or top 5 pick, top 10 pick in Keegan Murray. That's
really
pretty normal.
The only example of a Stockton King who is now a rotation player, like started in the G League, last guy on the bench, 2-way contract. Really, the only example the Kings have in the last 7 years of that guy.
Yeah, like a true G League success too. Like he's legitimate. It's not just he would play for the Kings thing. Like he would play for, I would say, any team in the NBA would give him legitimate rotational minutes. Like not everyone would start him, but everyone would at least give him minutes. But yeah, he's like the true Kings sign of develop. Like that the G League, they're hoping Isaac Jones can kind of go through a similar thing. They're hoping. I mean, in a weird way, yeah, you can say that the success of Keon Ellis has now. Maybe it's fool's gold, who knows? But they kind of are thinking of the G League system like a true feeder system.
That's the kind of guy I want to keep. I'm going to tell you this right now, and 100%. I know I'm new here in Sacramento, but I want to say, like, that's kind of what, in terms of when you see a team like Oklahoma City, and you build up your guys, and
from coach on up,
exactly. And so you see a guy like this who came from the G League, and he's a two-way player. You can see what he has on the defensive side, but he also can be a shooter. It's like those are the guys I want to maybe keep right now. But I get it. You're in a spot that you have all these, guards that are shoot first,
Well,
and it is hard to do that.
It's very.
And the other weird thing is that they drafted Devin Carter in 2024, who plays basically the same position as Keon Ellis. And they just drafted Nick Clifford with the 24th pick in this year's draft, and they're going to play him at the 3.
Right.
But most draft people were like, he's a 3-and-D guard. So that kind of confused. Because if you do sign Keon to an extension, why do we still have Devin Carter? Why are we sticking with Nick Clifford? That's why they need. The bigger question about his future is they need to pick a direction.
Absolutely. Yes, that's where it all sits. You're exactly right, Kyle.
Yes.
Pick a direction and go that way.
Exactly. Because if you sign Keon, great, awesome.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
That just means, what are we doing with these rookies?
100%. Yeah, and the other guys that are around too. I mean, I know like Zach and DeMar are heading towards the end of their contracts, but what are those guys doing for the like? Are you just going to let them leave for nothing? Like you there's so many different things that the Kings have to figure out. The Malik Monk situation. I didn't mention Malik Monk, who's absolutely in the thick of the rotation for shooting guard. We don't know. I think ultimately what this shakedown is going to be because again, a name Kyle just mentioned there that I haven't mentioned, Devin Carter. What are we going to do with Devin Carter? He played 36 games last year, missed the first 34 of last year. You have to get that kid some runway or trade it. Like you can't just keep him and never play him from the time that you draft him. You have to at least get a look from him. And I just don't. We talked about the point guards yesterday. It's Schroeder, probably Malik Monk, unless it's going to be Devin Carter getting those backup minutes.
Or Westbrook.
Would surprise me.
Or
Russell Westbrook,
he's still in the mix.
We'll see. And we do have a little bit of an update on where Russell Westbrook could end up and why it probably won't be in Houston after Fred VanVleet goes down. But it's just a mess. I mean, this rotation at the 2 guard is an absolute mess. Again, Zach LaVine is playing 30 minutes a game. That's happening. Malik Monk is going to play, we'll call it 24 plus minutes a game between shooting guard and point guard. DeMar DeRozan's going to play 30. DeMar DeRozan averaged 36 minutes a game last year. He's probably going to play, we'll call it 34 plus, split between the 3 and the 2, hopefully not the 4. I haven't mentioned Keon. Like, Keon's got to play with how he's played so far. 15 minutes a game at least. Where do those minutes come from? Nick Clifford isn't a name I have said yet. Where are his minutes going?
It's a lot. I mean, we say it, but then when you list it,
there's only 48 minutes in a game, and you can only stagger these guys so much, and you can only
this isn't
play
an NFL
certain
team.
group.
Yeah.
It's not an NFL. You can't create formations that have 3 tight ends now. Like,
and none of them can play power forward.
None of them can play power forward. Like, it's a mess.
That's frustrating.
It is an absolute mess. I'm assuming Top Harry is working diligently to try and figure it out. And you know what I also didn't mention, Kyle? Is that today we had news that Terrence Davis, who was cut last week, and we were trying to figure out, is that as a runway for Russell Westbrook? This morning, Keith Smith tweets out, Terrence Davis has re-signed with the Kings on a non-guaranteed training camp contract. Davis likely an Exhibit 10 deal, which should see him eventually join the Stockton Kings of G League. So Terrence Davis back on the roster. I guess it's not technically a roster spot, is it? I mean, if it's an Exhibit 10, that means that, yeah, it's pretty much a glorified 10-day contract. So, you know, it seems to me as if, like is in the report there, he'll be in the G League, which is great. Terrence Davis is going to light up the G League. But yeah, another name that you could potentially see if the Kings somehow end up thin at the shooting guard position. There's Terrence Davis, who is, again, I will say at the very least, it's not just depth for the sake of having depth.
Mhm.
They're quality bodies.
It is quality.
Very,
It
very
is.
quality bodies.
But
So
you wish there were just some more in other places.
it'd be nice if
Like,
they
let's
could be
spread it
spread
out
out,
a little.
just a skosh. Just like the teeniest bit. We can maybe sprinkle a little point guard or a little small forward action in there. I don't know. I'm just the guy with a microphone. What do I know? Coming up next, we'll probably continue a little bit of this Kings conundrum situation. And Giannis says that he is preparing to be traded by the Milwaukee Bucks. What is he talking about? We'll talk about it next, right here. Alan Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Fidium Fiber.
I'm Tara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Tuesday is looking bright and hot. Expect a pretty toasty day with near record temperatures. Highs in the range of 98 to 100 in the valley floor. And overnight, we're going to cool back down to the mid 60s. You can get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's about time they
Fix that pothole.
Invented better windshield wipers.
made an internet that just works. Fidium Fiber Internet, starting at only $30 a month. It feels like Fidium. Offer available to residential customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See Fidium.com for details.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed menu boards and banners printed.
What you really needed was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs, even flyers in time for my grand opening.
And that's where the other shoe dropped.
Not quite. I got $125 off my custom print order.
Cha-ching! For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention former and present inmates of women's prisons in California. If you are currently or were an inmate of Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, also known as Chowchilla Women's Facility, Valley State Prison for Women in Chowchilla, Institute for Women in Chino, or Folsom Women's Facility in Represa, and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward. forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. If you were an inmate at any of these prisons at any time and were subjected to sexual abuse from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our California Women's Prison Helpline now at 800-408-1240. The deadline to file a claim may be close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. Even if it was long ago, call our law firm's Women's Prison Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sacktown Sports.
Alan Stiles Show. No Alan Stiles. He'll be joining us again on Monday for Sacramento Kings Media Day. So for the rest of the week, he got me, Chris Watkins. He got Kayla Anderson. Outlet better. Come on. You know it. Other side of the glass. Speaking of Media Day, too, we've been talking past couple days about this potential awkward, weird Warriors Media Day scenario where Jonathan Kuminga essentially holds up the Warriors free agent signings to through October 1st, and the Warriors are slated to have Media Day on September 29th. And so there could be a little bit of a weird crossover point there where the Warriors mentally know they're going to sign a handful of players, and yet they can't actually officially be in the building because they can't officially make transactions while Jonathan Kuminga is still out and about searching for leverage. So I thought this was interesting yesterday. Mark Stein put this out on his Substack. To me, alarm bells immediately started going off that maybe the Warriors are starting to try and prep everybody for what might be a very weird media day. This is from Mark Stein. Quote, "There is a strong expectation league-wide now that the Warriors will also be signing Seth Curry in addition to Horford, Melton, Payton trio. Golden State currently has six roster spots open. It's believed that they will be filled by Horford, Melton, Payton, and Steph Curry's younger brother, Seth. Second-round pick, Will Richard, and, of course, Kuminga."
I love the end. Of course, Kuminga.
Of course.
I mean, he's not been in any trade rumors or anything.
It's not like there's any speculation that he would end up anywhere else.
This is just a formality, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We just got to sign some paperwork.
I just think, I don't know. I was like, why would they? Because we already knew. The bigger thing is we already knew this. We already knew Seth Curry was going to sign. We already knew Melton was going to sign. We already knew Horford was going to sign. I just think that it was very strange that Mark Stein put this in his Substack. I would assume that it was told to him, like, hey, we're going to, like, can you report to in some capacity? We're going to sign Seth Curry. But I, again, think that they want it out there just so you know these guys are signed, but there might be a weird situation where, again, come next Monday, it's a big story or people are wondering what the hell is going on in Golden State with 6 players at media. Like, I just feel like they're doing their best to get in front of it, which makes me feel like, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if we're going to have an answer to our Jonathan Kuminga situation saga by the end of the week.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It feels like that October 1st.
It's the gift that keeps giving. Is that what they call it? You know?
It is for us.
It is for radio. Like,
for
it's
content.
like, give it to us.
More.
Come on.
More, please.
Extend that.
More media tour, media circuit.
If I'm ever lucky enough to meet Jonathan Kuminga, just going to give him a big hug.
We owe him a gift basket for sure.
I feel like I know him so well now.
We do. I mean, we know how he thinks. We know how he critically breaks things down at this point.
I know everything about his biography and can recite it from memory.
Yeah.
I know his points per game. It's please release me. please
release me from this.
Release me from Kuminga Watch.
So Kyle, I guess what's better at this point? You actually being able to use this information and him ending up on the Kings, or this all just essentially being for waste and he ends up being a Warrior for the rest of his career?
I think that I've resigned myself to the fact that he's probably not going to be a King and that all of this was for naught. So I think I'm just going to be like pleasantly surprised if he does end up on the Kings.
He's just going to be miserable if he has to stay with Golden State, which looks like he is going to be there. But it is funny going back to your point about getting this out before media day, because Golden State. I mean, Golden State, they are who they are. Like, won championships. Media wise, like everybody looks at them still as, even they're older. Okay, what's going on there? If you only got 6 people, 6 players, it's like, okay, we're getting this out beforehand. Just to let you know, we still have a plan. We still have all these guys that are ready to go. It's such an awkward situation, though.
The scenario that's going to make me the most angry is if we go through all this and then we don't get the payoff of only 6 Warriors at media day.
I know.
I just really want it to
If he signs on the Sunday before, I'm going to be so mad.
Gosh. Yeah. And the thing is, and I wonder if Kuminga knows this, that's a decent bit of leverage, is it not? Like that Sunday where it's like, because the Warriors are all right, Jonathan, like you're now really messing with us. Like we have reporters coming here in 24 hours that are going to make this the only story that Warriors are in dysfunction. What are they? And it's like, that's kind of what I've been trying to tell you guys.
Exactly.
That we should have gotten this handled all that time ago when I told you I don't want to play for you. And it should have been over at that. And I don't know. I mean, I'm all for Warrior dysfunction. I will be first in line for that ticket every single day of the week. But what are they doing? Like, this is, to your point, like this is this has been, as much as I hate to admit it, the class organization of, you can argue, sports. Like, this is not even just basketball. We are talking from the way that they have built out their business to their PR to their marketing. I mean, Clay and Steph, those guys
even when
internationally.
Clay left, he talked so highly about them.
They are like the biggest stars in the world. Draymond Green, well known all across the world. I just don't understand why they are potentially risking this final window that might not even really be there, but whatever is left of this final window for Steph Curry, they don't care. Like, they are willing to die on this hill to win this single battle in the name of losing this war that could be Steph Curry's I guess he's already had his defining championship, but a 5th title for Steph is I don't know. I mean, that's not putting him in like Jordan conversations, but I know there's a long Steph versus Braun conversation that goes on. Like, bigger point is legacy. It matters, obviously, for him to try and collect this one last title.
And they're going to let him do it because he's pretty much let them have that legacy, right? And so I think it's funny because I'm like, I almost feel like the Kings are in their head now, though, in terms of like,
say it louder.
The Kings are in their head. The Kings are in the Golden State Warriors' head. Okay, I'm telling you this right now.
Or at least in Lacob's head.
Come on.
Yes, and I love it, and I'm here for every minute of it.
Come on. And it's so clear. I mean, to me, it's very clear that, honestly, that is a part of it. Not that, hey, Kings in the who's head? I'm not here to tell. But it's clear that the Warriors, regardless, don't like the fact that the Kings are involved in this, and there can be such direct, if this goes wrong, if it's funny that they're really, and maybe it should be in a good way, telling for the Kings that they don't really seem to be, go ahead, like, he can go fail and they really only seem to be thinking about the oh man, this could really directly come back and bite us, and we can have to watch it 3-4 times a year right in front of our face. It's fascinating. I mean, again, I really feel like it's almost been, as crazy as it is, and maybe it's because it's gone for so long, it's almost been underreported just how insane it is, because there is, again, I've been saying it, it's not new, but there's just so much to this, nuances in this negotiation. And again, like, it feels like the power struggle goes back and forth based on the day, based on the week, based off of what's being reported. And Jonathan Kuminga, man, I would not have guessed that he would have been the one to kind of break the seal, but this is a different level of, I don't even know if you would call it player empowerment, but I guess that
in a way
is
it kind
what
of
it is, right?
Yeah, he's kind of taking him by the you-know-whats a little bit,
He's taken all the power out of this situation. I mean, it is truly, it's just amazing. Again, and for him to do it to the Warriors, again, who have just done everything seemingly right from the outside looking in
Except for
them
him.
to have this misstep. It's crazy. I mean, and it is a little bit ironic, I guess, to tie a bow on it, that the Warriors, this all started from them trying to do the 2 timeline thing. They tried to do this thing where you live in the past, or I'm sorry, live in the future while also living in the present, and trying to win now while trying to build for the future. And it's looking
Really
like
hard to
this
do.
move is going to end up impacting both. It's going to really hurt your present as it currently, and it's going to be fascinating regardless, because I feel like damage has already been done.
I think
right?
so too. I mean, he's kind of said it, Kuminga or his agent, like
Yeah.
whatever it might be, like they're kind of alluding to that. Like
Yeah.
the damage has been done.
On both sides. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
the Warriors are hurt. I think the locker room is just always going to be looking, man, wasn't that a weird summer, huh?
Absolutely.
I think that's already happened. And so God forbid he actually enters that locker room. That's going to be a different level of just awkward
And we all know you can't play your I mean, I can't be my best if I'm in an awkward situation. I can try my hardest to be my best, but deep down inside I'm like, I'm not really myself.
Yeah, and that's where
So,
basketball too is
that's
different because 12 guys. There's 12 guys in the locker room. There's not much comfort, right? Like if there's a lot of hive mentality in there, and there's not a lot of there's not 50 guys, you can find 4 of them that maybe think the way you do.
100%.
A lot of, especially in an organization like that, probably a lot of guys pulling on the same string. And so I don't know, just fascinating, absolutely fascinating situation. And I agree with Kyle that I really hope that there is some payoff at the end of this where the Warriors are going to look funny on Monday. So we'll see. I will be anxiously, eagerly waiting for that. Coming up next, we're going to tell you why the Rockets might not be as all in on Russell Westbrook as you might think, and why I guess that's good for the Kings. We'll talk about that next right here. Alan Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Into 11/1 select models only.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
This Sacktown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. Eddie Pinheiro hit a walk-off 35-yard field goal to lift the Niners to a thrilling 16-15 win over Arizona. Mac Jones made his second start for the injured Brock Purdy and led the team down the field in the final 2 minutes to set up that field goal. Ricky Pearson Pearsall had his best game as a Niner, catching 8 passes for 117 yards. Niners are back in action at home this Sunday versus Jacksonville. You can catch all the action beginning at noon right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Get ready for 2 epic showdowns of Monster Truck Madness at the Stockton Dirt Track, Saturday, October 4th. Feel the roar, the power, and the ground-pounding action. 2 shows, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Do you have what it takes to survive the madness? Get your tickets now at StocktonDirtTrack.com.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sacktown Sports.
The Alan Stiles Show here on Sacktown Sports. I am not Alan Stiles. I'm Kyle Ledbetter. I am not Chris Watkins nor Kayla Anderson. They are walking up the stairs as we speak. So, little behind the scenes for the people who are listening right now. So, Country in the Park was on Saturday. Great event, fantastic. And so today they are hosting lunch for us here at the station. And as Alan and I have talked about time and time again on this show, sometimes we go and grab lunch during the breaks, and when we don't have time, we end up having to run back and forth between the breaks. And so they hosted lunch for us. We go downstairs, we go grab our food. I run back upstairs because I know the breaks, like clockwork, basically. Like my circadian rhythms know when the breaks are coming. So in my mind, we're in line, and I'm thinking to myself, I need to go upstairs right now because we have 30 seconds left on this break. And so, long line, they're walking upstairs. They've just walked into the room and have their headsets on now. So, you know, sometimes we got to wait 30 seconds to a minute just because, you know, food comes first. And unfortunately, we showed up right when everyone was standing in line.
We did.
How
Look
was your
at
clock?
You holding it down.
We're doing all right. You know, you guys, on a scale of 1 to Carmichael Dave,
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
this Dave has been gone for longer, but this was about a 70-second break.
Oh.
So about 70 seconds I've been on the air. Let's call it 90 seconds.
You know,
now.
it's fine. I'm sure people are loving it. It's great. It's great. Well, we appreciate you all being patient.
We do appreciate
We promised that it was for a good cause. Shout out Country in the Park, which was awesome. Worked that a couple weeks ago. That was really, really fun.
Nice.
It was definitely, as you know, anyone who works in events, never, ever, ever, ever does anything go perfectly to plan. That night especially did not go to plan, but yeah, ended
Good
up still
stuff,
being
though.
a
Fun
really,
time.
really great night. Really fun. It was also the night of like the Canelo Crawford fight.
That's
so it was
right.
very eventful to be out there. I had my iPad out there. Our boss was just kind of giving me some flack because as I was helping, I was also, you know,
gotta
I
pay
had a show to
attention.
do on Monday. You know, I had to.
Exactly.
Look, I didn't want to watch college football and the Canelo Crawford
No.
fight. I had
Had
to.
to.
I had to.
You didn't want to stay up until midnight
Dude.
for the
Yeah.
Canelo fight.
Let me tell you, but
Did it really start at like 10:30?
the
Yeah,
fight
it's
itself,
late.
yeah, I mean, the fight itself didn't start until after I even got home, which don't tell the bosses. But yeah, it was probably about 10:30 that the actual boxing match started. So
That's why we love our jobs, though, because we can say, well, sports happens 24/7, so we got to know what we're doing.
I have to leave this super important baby shower that I would just love to go
I have
to.
to
the wedding? We can't go to the wedding.
Oh, man.
No, it's
Ole Miss, you know?
Ole-
they play Tennessee this week.
Speaking of which, have you seen this crazy Lane Kiffin story about what's happening?
Yes, that his daughter
Yes. So
like
his
hard launched a relationship with, I believe, an LSU star
Linebacker or
linebacker
defensive end or
today. Like
Yes.
the week of their
the week
matchup.
of LSU versus Ole Miss, which led to Lane Kiffin, who is very active on Twitter, tweeting "Take the over."
Are you serious? He would play into it.
Yeah, he's trolling, but
He's so funny.
That's oof. I'm trying to figure out who's foul on that. Who's the one who? I mean, his daughter, little. I mean, well,
She's
first
like a
off, whose
TikTok
whose,
star, too.
whose idea is that? Do you think? Boyfriends? Is that her idea?
I
I
think
guess that's her idea, trying to like.
Mhm.
It's probably a playful thing with her. Like it's probably
I
not
think
actually
so.
spiteful.
I have a feeling-
it's a little.
It's a little
especially
wild.
SEC. I mean, yeah, you're more
In the
like
South, you
in
guys,
that,
this is like a big deal. Like they're probably breaking news. They did it.
No joke. No, I mean, like, it probably seriously.
Breaking news.
I also
would've
think
led
Lane
some-
probably knew before this.
You would hope
Yeah.
so. You would hope so.
I like to think they've met.
But like hard launching
They've
it the
probably
week
met, but
of.
yeah, to like that's kind of crazy. Like that is getting towards the line of like, ha ha ha, daughter, we're having fun versus like this is a little real, and not that like it's really not that big of a deal, but like this is like much like people are going to be upset about like this is going to be a story more so that could actually end up in a weird, twisted way.
It's like, is she leaking
impacting
the
me.
secrets to the? You know
I mean,
how this
no,
goes.
you know how it goes. You specifically, Kayla, know how this kind of like how crazy
the households
those people
down there,
can be.
yeah,
Like
especially
for
at
real.
LSU. I mean, Ole Miss too, but LSU, like Baton Rouge,
Yeah.
like those people are born with footballs in their hands.
Well, and I guess I was only thinking about the Lane, like to that point, I guess, if let's just say Ole Miss destroys LSU and they do hit the over and all that, probably not like going to be a super, like, yeah, I mean, people will probably at the least say, oh, I wonder if she's, taking notes and giving it back to her dad or things like that. Like that's probably going to be the lightest, most carefree of the comments given, but yeah, just
That was
absolutely
wild.
crazy, like absolutely crazy, and literally something that can only happen in the SEC.
Mhm.
Like there's no other universe in which that's happening. A coach's daughter publicly hard launching a relationship
The week
with
of.
the rival of just crazy.
Also, I'm so like there's two types of coaches I would have wanted this to happen to. The coach that is the most hardo and like
Okay.
would take this the
For sure.
worst.
Yep.
Or Lane Kiffin, who literally doesn't care
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
true.
Like
That's
Lane
true.
Kiffin, who's gonna play into the joke.
I was gonna say Lane Kiffin, who you almost have to question how in he is on all of it.
Yeah, like you have to second guess: is Lane Kiffin doing this on purpose
Right.
for the joke?
Yep.
Because he is so chronically online and just generally a very the coach I'd say with the most personality in college football, which is saying a lot.
Wow.
He has a lot of since Mike Leach passed. R.I.P. Mike Leach. He's definitely got.
Well, actually, I did see Mike Gundy got fired as well.
He
so I
did.
guess that's
Yeah.
that probably
Different kind of personality there.
Yes, definitely. But you're right. Kiffin is more so like social media wise, like he's
Yes.
up with the times.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got kids. He understands it.
He's with the youth, absolutely.
He is
100%.
with it.
Yeah,
He's with the
he's
times.
barely not a youth himself.
I know.
mean, you
The
know?
the most personality of any coach, I think, is Lane Kiffin. Like like fun CEO is
Yeah.
kind of the vibe he gives off.
Mm-hmm. Unless they get waxed this weekend, and then we'll see. What if they just get shut out?
I don't know. Don't you remember that one time though, where he was like, "Get your popcorn ready" against
Yes.
Alabama,
Oh
and
my
they
gosh.
lost by like
Yeah.
35
Yes,
points?
absolutely.
Mhm.
So like,
Against-
he'll
yeah.
just be at it again the next game.
He is fun to follow. If you don't follow him, he's
I do
definitely.
not. I
a
might have
follow.
to give
yeah,
Lane
he's-
Kiffin a follow.
He's pretty funny.
Okay, well, I might have to do that.
I also see his son
yeah.
is subtweeting stuff. It's very, very
Goodness
funny.
gracious.
What a mess. What an absolute mess. So only in the SEC, I guess you can get that kind of drama or fun or whatever you would call it. Real quick, just on the Fred VanVleet note, Fred VanVleet, as we announced yesterday on the show, tore his ACL. We were trying to figure out where it happened because we are a week away from like training camp starting. This is from Kelly Eco of Yahoo Sports. VanVleet suffered the injury during a team minicamp in the Bahamas and is scheduled to have surgery this week. So it's probably not like an actual team sanctioned minicamp, probably more of like handful of guys actually getting together and just kind of playing around. But which is almost worse to lose, to tear your ACL in that kind of situation where, again, we talked about it yesterday. You can't stop these guys from, going to a gym, shooting
they're
around.
working out still, right?
They're getting ready. Yeah, exactly. It's not like they're riding ATVs. They're not, hurting
Swimming with
themselves.
sharks.
None of that stuff.
Right.
Well, maybe in the Bahamas, maybe it is a convenient. No, we were all working out as a team. But no, I mean, regardless, it's a really big loss for the Rockets. And news comes out yesterday. It was Yossi Gozlan, who appears on the show on this program every so often, said that the Rockets actually can't sign Russell Westbrook, Ben Simmons, or anyone else who fits under the veteran tag, since they are roughly $1.2 million from the first hard apron cap. Houston would need to find a way to clear salary cap, and then they would have enough for the minimum. Only Kevin Durant, Alperen Şengün, Jabari Smith, Amen Thompson, Reed Shepherd, and Tari Eason can be traded as of right now from Houston. None of those guys seem like guys that they would want to move on from. Tari Eason's kind of been one of those fringe guys who I think just a ton of teams want. Don't think Houston would just voluntarily get rid of him. This might be not an excuse, but a reason for them to potentially re-look at that market. They can apply for the disabled player exception, but I believe that only is like an owner, like you actually, like it doesn't, I can't remember exactly what it is, but point is it's not going to diminish the cap situation at all. It doesn't change their financial status, doesn't change any of the restrictions. So even though they might not have to fully pay out Fred VanVleet's salary, they are still in quite a bind when it comes to their point guard position with him going down. Kyle mentioned yesterday, Reed Shepherd, really the only point guard that they have on the roster, didn't really give him much of any minutes last year. And so a lot of people are wondering, what is Houston, who has real championship aspirations, what are they going to do at the point guard position? It is going to be a fascinating one, and one that I can almost guarantee will be asked on Monday when Houston has their media day availability. Coming up next, we get into some headline news and go throughout the world of sports and get you caught up with everything you might have missed. You're listening to the On Style Show, Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Hey, KMXHD KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local
It's Alan Stiles.
on Sacktown Sports.
We're not going to make you wait as long as we did last time. Still going to make you wait a little bit, though.
2014 to 2020. That's Chris Watkins' jam.
Actually, this one was not. This doesn't fit in my,
Is
my
this
jam
Preach?
category.
Preach.
I don't know what this is.
This is Money in the Way by 2 Chainz.
Oh, I was way off.
I know what you were talking about.
But you know what I was talking about,
I know
right?
what you were talking
Okay.
about. Kyle, unfamiliar. No, this is 2 Chainz was not. I mean, he had his when he kind of reinvented himself.
Mhm.
I was working here. I was working at the hip hop. Well, back when we had a hip hop station here. And I wouldn't say like it was his birthday song and you know songs like that. I was not man, I cannot remember what his album was. It had something that true or like the truest story, life of a true story or something like that.
This is the album right after that.
Okay,
if
yeah.
that makes sense.
I did not. Yeah, I was off of 2 Chainz from there. I have been thinking a lot about the time frame you gave me of my music yesterday.
Yeah,
and
like
it is,
2014 to 2020 is.
it's a little earlier than that, but I think for your reference point, 2014 is probably where it starts. But yeah, I think I am more probably 20. I would probably extend it out to 2012, maybe a little earlier.
2 years earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Give or take a little, you know.
It's my
Hey.
sophomore year of high school. or
Right,
something.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone thinks the best music is when they were a freshman in college.
I would agree with that, actually, Kyle.
Yeah, that's
To the window.
Yeah, pretty much.
To the wall.
Okay.
Man,
I'm
you
trying
got
to
a
think.
weird
Yeah.
you got a weird time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that,
did.
I mean that was the greatest time I would think. Like, yeah, that's when people really
College.
were just like, well, specifically
Specifically
your
that time,
era of college.
yeah, it was
just
pretty
like,
fun.
It's free. Like it's
Yeah, it
because that
was.
was probably pretty early. Like you didn't have iPhones, so you had
We like just had gotten iPhone. Like they
like
were
the
they were
first ones
existing,
where it's like not
but-
everybody has
exactly.
them, right? Yeah,
I
and
didn't
so
have like that Nokia anymore or anything.
It feels like that's the era that was like everyone felt safe going out and like
Yeah.
actually having a good time and
Bingo.
not having to worry about everyone's going to see this tomorrow
Bingo.
morning. All of the insane
Social
stuff I
media
did.
was only Facebook was really
Yes.
the thing.
Yeah, MySpace, come on.
Yeah,
come
MySpace
on.
was that was still
Personalize
there.
your page.
Whose
come on,
space?
that's- yeah,
MySpace.
Kyle's. That was
Kyle,
before
you missed
Kyle's
out
time.
on MySpace.
Yeah, you missed out on MySpace. You probably would have actually really liked MySpace.
It was kind of cool.
It was great. Like,
you put your
could-
top songs on and
top
everything.
friends, top
friends.
songs. People learned how to code because of
Yeah.
MySpace. You would like have to have your
right.
you could have your whole page look like the walls of this
I
studio.
felt smarter,
You
Chris and
did.
Kyle.
Everyone felt smarter.
Yeah.
You were like, yeah, oh, I just want to, yeah, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
was. People got way too good at it. So yeah, wow, little trip
Good
down
one right
memory
there.
lane.
Nerds. That's right. For
Yeah,
real.
just some boomers.
Man,
It's
social
fun.
media that makes you smarter. What a concept.
Yeah, I know.
right?
Jeez.
Now it
Yeah,
just makes us
remember the
scroll
time.
harder.
Instead of the brain rot era that we're in right
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
I'm officially, just so you guys know, I'm a little baby child, but I'm officially getting to the age where I'm looking at what young people are interested in, and I'm like, what is this?
Okay, this is like a very minor sports connection, but you mentioned the brain rot thing. Have you guys seen the Italian brain rot stuff that they have shown? They show it to like NFL, like it's one of those like social
No.
media videos where apparently on TikTok it's like, what is this? And it's like a plane that has like a rat face, like a cartoon, and it's like, oh, that's Rotoli Planoli.
You're
Gotta be
kidding.
And like
careful
these
with that.
guys, I know, yeah, exactly. I tried to keep it as above ground as possible. Yeah, no, it just
And so they show it
yes,
to
and they show it to like they'll show it to the team linebackers,
Yeah.
all this stuff, and it's incredible because we will all say, "What is this AI image of a rat faced plane?" And
they all-
half the guys will be like, what am I looking at? And then the other guys are like, oh yeah, that's
They know.
Ratapatoli, that's Totoli Manoli, and like they just
Wow.
that's teacup of
So it's
Yeah.
such a difference in terms
It's
of like
insane.
what they've grown up with, and then
and it's
what the
legitimately called
others.
brain rot, which
That's
which
nuts.
drives me insane for so
It's
many
a whole
reasons.
it's a whole genre
Yes.
of
Yes.
There's a whole
content.
genre of content that is literally called brain rot.
I gotta look into this.
It's insane.
This just happened.
We'll pull some audio.
Yeah,
at some
that'd be
point.
great.
This seeped into sports recently because after Bill Belichick got embarrassed, TCU
Which
was just
time?
posting brain rot videos on their Twitter to
They're
troll
really good at
Belichick.
That TCU football account is really, really
Mm-hmm.
good.
But again, it's run by kids who go to TCU.
Exactly.
So they're posting brain rot to troll Belichick, and everyone thought it was cool, but this was like a lot of these fuddy-duddy sports people's first introduction to
Fuddy-duddy,
brain
that's
rot.
another
Exactly.
Italian brain rot. No.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
He should
anyway.
know though. He's got a young girlfriend, so he should know.
He
some
definitely
of the
should know.
things
He
nowadays.
probably got a nice little lesson on some of the memes that
Right,
were shown.
right.
But yeah, that's a whole nother.
She
can of
is
worms.
my age.
Yes, she is.
Sure
Kyle.
is,
Yes,
which is
she is.
absolutely insane. In some other
Seems
words
to
as
be
well.
running the show in
It's-
some ways. but
yeah,
For another day and
just
time
like
slot.
Kyle Ledbetter, Jordan Hudson is also running
Yes,
the show.
yes,
so how
yes.
perfect is that?
Me and Jordan just
yeah, you and
kindred
Jordan.
spirits.
You
Yeah,
know
y'all
something
need
about
to
your
get
guys'
together, okay?
generation, man. You guys' generation just taking over. Let's get into headline news, please. Let's get into some headlines. None bigger than the news today that Major League Baseball has announced they met today, they voted today, and MLB will implement in the next season, in the 2026 season, a challenge system for balls and strikes. After the league competition committee voted to usher in a new era of robot umpiring, teams will each receive 2 challenges to dispute calls by the home plate umpire. So the ABS system officially coming to baseball next season. We're all in favor of this, right? I mean, they tried it out during spring training. It super seamless. It's just touch your
it's
helmet.
quick. You're not going to lose a lot of time.
None of it. And I think that's the key, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
what baseball has been trying to do in these past couple years is make the time of the games shorter, make more exciting plays, make more excitement happen. And in a weird way, I mean, long challenges nobody likes. But I
Right.
think, I think of tennis, right? It should be as simple as that, where we look at the board.
Exactly.
Ah.
Where's the line?
Yep.
Okay, was it in it or was it out?
As simple as
Boom.
that. Boom, next
yeah,
pitch.
and
go
you
in.
keep the traditional feeling because I think baseball purists, I would put myself in there. We don't want to lose like some of the tradition of baseball, but we need to be up to date. You're seeing the NFL's doing it fine with the first down, the markers. They still have the chain gang and everything. So I think we're okay.
Yeah, the home plate umpire will still
Exactly.
be there.
They're going to still be there, but we're going to be up with the times.
Mhm, absolutely, and it's only right. And I mean,
Yeah.
how many times? It's just one of those things that's unnecessary. I get that every sport has some level of human error involved in it, but something as simple as balls and strikes, especially when it can be as variant as it can be for some umpires, especially when you have guys like Jose Altuve and Aaron Judge being the obvious counter examples
Short
of
and tall.
strike zones. Like, it just makes sense to have some sort of uniform policy.
I agree.
Even if, again, it doesn't have to get implemented all the time, but just have it there when you really, really need it. And I think, 2 challenges seems to be that
fine.
magic number. I think it should be fine.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's move forward with it. Try it out at least, right?
Absolutely.
See how it works.
Nothing exactly, and that's the other thing. You can get rid of it if for whatever reason on a larger scale it doesn't work. Though, if I'm not mistaken, they've been doing it in the minors for the past
Yes, they
couple
have.
seasons. Doesn't seem to be any issue there.
Did it in
so.
spring training this year, and it
Right.
went
There you
great.
go.
Except for baseball, then when the season started, had to tell players that they couldn't
Right.
do the signal because they
Oh.
were trolling umpires.
So it's a little bit like
Oh,
the
that's
NBA guys
funny.
just rolling their finger around in a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
asking
because
for
then
the
it gets
review.
confusing.
Well, it wasn't confusing. It's that
like a
they,
taunt
yeah, they were
almost.
taunting
Oh, taunting
umpires.
of
Like
it.
if they didn't
Okay,
like the
okay.
call, they
Yeah,
would
it's
taunt
like
the
a,
umpires.
I got it.
We all know.
Yeah.
Like, let's.
Baseball
go
had
to
to
the board.
put out a memo saying you cannot do that.
No tapping your head. There will be
Exactly.
no head tapping. Okay.
That's funny.
We will not have any of that. Final week of the MLB season, as we've been talking about. We talked about it with Coach Eric Martins earlier. If you missed that, go check it out over on our YouTube channel. Coach Eric Martins, third base coach for the I'm sorry. Whoa, that's the first time I've done that one for the Athletics, just the regular Athletics.
The Oakland Athletics of West Sacramento of Las
yes,
Vegas
to be Vegas.
of Anaheim.
Question
Yeah,
mark?
right?
Sure. The formerly Oakland, currently West Sacramento Athletics going to Las Vegas if they can find $1.25 billion.
And who can't? Who can't these days, right?
I'd like to.
Please give
Sign me up.
give me 1% of that. Final week of the MLB season. Absolutely just a bloodbath in both of the wild card situations here in the NL and in the AL. Only separated by one game. There are two spots in the AL, one in the NL that's being fought for right now. And it's all coming down to the final week of the season. Again, we talked about the Giants. They're on the outside looking in, 3.5 games back. They play St. Louis 2 more games, and then the Colorado Rockies to end the season, all at Oracle Park. We mentioned earlier in the show the Padres clinched a playoff spot with a walk-off win on Monday against the Brewers. On to the NFL. Mentioned earlier the Giants named Jackson Dart starting quarterback on Sunday against the Chargers. He'll replace Russell Wilson, who has honestly been putting up, if you just look at the yards, fairly decent. I think it's we kind of are wondering here if a lot of that is coming down from the front office and really could be a sign that maybe Brian Daboll is losing the battle of the front office. We also get news today that Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans has a moderate hamstring strain. Boy, try to say that 5 times fast. He's expected to be out for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Big blow for the Bucs. However, if I'm not mistaken, I saw Chris Godwin. He's rearing for a return. And, of course, Emeka Egbuka has been absolutely incredible for them.
He's been so great. He's on my fantasy, and I'm like,
nice.
okay, give me more. Let's go. I mean, he was one of my favorite players coming out of the draft, guys, just because of what he did at Ohio State and like how people talked about him.
Yeah.
But to come in your rookie year and be right away productive, that's tough to do, and he's done it.
Yeah, game 1, he had the game-winning touchdown. It's been incredible.
With the crazy story of him telling Baker Mayfield, throw me the football.
I'm going to win this game.
Yes.
I
in
love
your
it.
first NFL game.
I think he even called the route. I think he said, throw me the post and I'll call game.
Yeah.
And that is
there it goes. The rest is
literally
history.
what happened. Yeah, he's been incredible. And to have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and him, I mean, is an incredible staff, but also a testament to him that he's been able to shine in that.
For
Mike
sure.
Evans hasn't
Great
been able
point.
to play, but he is looking like their number 1 receiver moving forward.
I also will never forget how crazy it was that Ohio State had a Rose Bowl and Garrett Wilson and Jackson Smith and Jigba sat out, and then Marvin Harrison Jr., a freshman, and Egbuka, a freshman, both went for 300 yards.
Yep.
Like just the most insane, thing I've ever seen. It's like
That's
2
crazy.
first-round picks sit out, and here's
Nuts.
2 more first-round picks just going
Could go
crazy.
2 more for y'all.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And then excuse me, hitting close to home for Kayla here. Tennessee Titans head coach Brian Callahan hands off play calling duties to quarterback coach Brian. What is it? Headgree?
Bo Hardigree. He was a
I'm sorry, I didn't see the
quarterback
R in there.
coach.
There you go. Yes, the quarterback coach. And yes, the Nick Holtz, the offensive coordinator, will remain as the offensive coordinator. However, will not be calling the plays.
You want to know what they just did, too?
What's that?
There is signs that something's not right here. They just traded one of their starting cornerbacks, Jarvis Brownlee Jr. He was a pick for them last year that ended up being a starting cornerback for the Titans. They just traded him to the Jets for a 6th-round pick. This is a guy that was a big contributor to the back end, which they don't have a lot of healthy bodies. Jarvis Sneed, L'Jarius Sneed is back there, but there's not a lot of depth, and just traded him. So I don't know what's going on in Tennessee, but it's not looking great.
Making trades in week 4
It's
is
not
crazy.
great. Yeah, and again,
For
he was a big
6th-round
contributor.
pick.
Yeah.
Do you remember where he was picked in the draft?
I want to say he was a 4th, but he ended up being like a huge because L'Jarius Sneed went down last year. He had to contribute right away. But
that's still crazy that a year later you trade him for a
and he was a
6th.
big, you guys, he was a leader. As like a 2nd-year player, he was a big-time leader as well for this team. Like, he was one of the guys that you went to talk to. So he was sorry, I'm still looking at this.
Fine.
Out of Louisville, was 2020 5th rounder. Yeah, but again, a slam
But it
dunk
outplayed
5th
that
rounder.
as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is crazy that they didn't even get what they drafted him for back.
6th-round pick, you guys, and they had to give
in
up
week
a
4,
7th.
again in week 4, which makes you wonder maybe it was not a character problem, but maybe there was like some
something happened,
argument
right?
that happened, and it's a, hey, we're
Yeah.
getting you out of here, and whatever we can get for you, we're getting for you.
But let alone anything, it's dysfunction there.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now,
I was gonna
so.
say, even if that's the case,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that's the right answer
No.
or a good answer at all. So, yeah, again, as we tried to wonder who is the first coach fired, does look like Brian Callahan might be in pole position there as he is relieved of his play calling duties. And again, being an offensive mind, he was he the quarterback coach for the Bengals coming in, or was he?
Brian Callahan.
Brian Callahan.
He was the quarterback coach, and he pretty much was because Zach Taylor was the head coach.
Right.
He called the plays.
Yes.
So he was the offensive coordinator, kind of dealt with the quarterbacks closely.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Official
That's what
title
he's known
offensive
for.
coordinator, but
Yeah.
not play caller, which
Not
is
play
basically
caller.
a
Exactly.
glorified quarterbacks coach.
Yep, you're exactly right.
All right, so there you go. Yeah, not good if somebody who wasn't calling plays in the stop before is calling plays and then has it stripped 4 weeks into the season. Generally, not a great sign. Moving on to college football, as we, from a local standpoint, as we move on to the Sac State Hornets. And I saw this come across my timeline yesterday. Sean Cunningham of Channel 3 KCRA was out.
Here's
at
Sean
practice.
Cunningham. Who? I don't know.
Shout out the star. What are they? They're not the star.
No dunks.
No dunks. Thank you.
Here's
no dunks.
Sean
podcast.
Cunningham. Who? I don't know.
Still trying to figure it out. Sean Cunningham, he was out at Sac State practice yesterday and was able to talk with Coach Marion, who has a message for all of Sacramento. Please come out.
I would just challenge us to match the energy of our president here. I mean, our president has done everything he can to make Sacramento State be nationally known, and we recruit kids from Pennsylvania, Florida, all over the country, and people are excited about what we're doing. We need more people in Sacramento excited about what we're doing. We need way more fans out here and support and students. We have, a big alumni base, a big student base. We don't have enough people in the crowd to match. Everybody wants the president to create this environment and create all the stuff that he's created. How about we match his energy?
So there you go. That's Sac State football head coach Brendan Marion there, and I do agree with the basic sentiment of what he's saying. Like, I think Sac State definitely deserves to get big crowds out there. They have had decent crowds, like not to slight what the people who have shown up. I think we talked about it the weekend after that Canelo fight. Actually, they played Mercyhurst, their home opener that day. I want to say they had 13,000 out there, which I mean, that stadium fills too. Part of the problem, I think, is they have two massive bleacher sides. The home side usually fairly full. The road side becomes the problem, especially when you're playing, a Mercyhurst who is in Pennsylvania. Last Saturday, they played Central Arkansas.
Exactly.
You're not going to get a lot of people traveling for that. And so I think that plays a little bit of a part in at least the optics of the stadium maybe not looking quote unquote full, is
Sure.
that one side is fairly populated. The other side only has a couple thousand because there's just not going to be that many people traveling. This week could be different, however. They play Cal Poly. That's close enough. San Luis Obispo. I think that should at least, it is a little bit of a rivalry. There is some close ties there. I'm sure many people in Sacramento who stay in Sacramento, went to Sac State, know plenty of people who graduated from Cal Poly. So there is a little bit of a rivalry there. But yeah, nonetheless, I definitely would love to see Sac State get some more attention. They have incredible talent there. I was just talking to Jason Ross last night, who was telling me that other schools have been telling him, like, as we scout you guys, like, it's, we'll play an FBS team and you guys are right under them in terms of the talent that we know we're going to face this year.
You said
So
Rashada's there.
Jaden Rashada,
if you
he's
didn't
the
hear
backup
about who
quarterback
Rashada
right
is,
now, actually, crazy enough. Like,
got a story.
He's to the point where he's not even starting. Like,
That's insane.
They have another guy, Cardell Williams, who came from Tulsa.
Yeah.
Very capable, has been great. I mean, Rashada played the first two games. And they were having definitely some offensive line issues. They were also playing tougher opponents as well.
Yep.
I believe he had a concussion in the second game and just never really checked back in. I believe he played a little bit towards the end of their last game, but that really, to your point, speaks to the talent that they have over there, that they have a big name guy like Jaden Rashada, and yet they even have enough talent that they're comfortable with going outside of that, and especially at the quarterback position. Rashada was the one that everyone was most excited to see. Definitely a lot of trust in his team for Brendan Marion to just go with Cardell Williams and not look back. And they've been really, really humming as an offense ever since.
They've
600
won 2
total
in a
yards.
row. Yeah.
600 yards of offense last week.
That's big time. And I know that, again, we're talking about opponents here, but you got to win what's in front of you. And they're playing a Big Sky schedule this year, obviously. And there's some good opponents coming here. I know Montana. I used to cover Montana. They're coming here October 24th. That's an ESPN2 game.
It's going to be big.
Like, those are the types of things, like, go out and fill the stands, at least if for anything, just to give them support as they're trying to accomplish this, like, next goal of getting bigger, getting more national attention.
No, and it'll only help. I mean, it's part of the recruiting pitch, I'm sure.
Exactly.
If you can send recruits to games or even just show them photos of, hey, this is the kind of environment that you're going to be playing in front of, it all helps. It all kind of circles back into each other and feeds itself as an ecosystem. But yeah, Sac State definitely hope that they can get more people out there. You mentioned the Montana game, actually, funny enough. That's going to be a really interesting one because huge opponent. I wish I could go. I unfortunately can't because it's Kings opening day that game.
That's Kings opening day.
That is going to be fascinating to see how many people.
Wow.
And that's why I think obviously like they need to have a really big student turnout there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to be fascinating to see just what the turnout is going to be on that game.
What time's the Kings game?
Kings game is probably at 7, and if I had to guess,
is 7:30.
7:30.
You're right.
It's not
It's a
even
night
6.
game. Mhm.
Man, that would have
Once I saw
a little.
Once I saw ESPN2, I'm like, that game's starting either 7:30 or 8 p.m.
Exactly. I might have to go hop down there. I covered the Grizz for 3 years, so it's like I'd be interested to see those two programs now.
It'll be a really, really good game. That's the game that if I were to circle one, that would be the one, especially for a home game for Sac State. That would definitely be the one to circle.
Okay.
That'll be really quality competition, really just high-level athletes. And then at that point, again, we've seen Sac State started the season 0-2. They're 2-2 now. It feels like they're starting to figure each other out.
Momentum.
I mean, they had Coach Marion's been shouting it from the roof. 80 new players come into that program.
Now that's wild.
Yes.
To get everyone on the same
and a
page.
new staff on top of that as well. So a brand new coaching staff, 80 new people coming into that building, trying to learn the same system.
It's like Colorado, what Colorado did when Dion came.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's the exact
Flipped
same
everything.
thing almost. And it is funny you mentioned, I've never thought to compare the two, but it is pretty similar on the FCS level, what it feels like Sac State's trying to accomplish there. So kind of got away from us there, but Sac State, they want your support. They need your support. And I think they deserve your support, especially this Saturday at 6 o'clock. They will play Cal Poly. Moving on, 2 quick little WNBA notes because I have to get these in. These are absolutely massive notes as well. First and foremost, something that shook us three this morning, we were all trying to figure, and we still don't have answers for it. What happened? New York Liberty have let go, will not renew the contract of one Sandy Brandello, who is maybe the best coach in the W with the exception of Becky Hammond. You can even still make the argument. She's been somebody who has been a WNBA lifer. I mean, she's got championship rings with other teams as well.
She's probably going to be a basketball Hall of Famer.
I would think so. No, I would think definitely she will be a basketball Hall of Famer. They just lost to the Phoenix Mercury 1-2 in the first round. It's a 3-round series. There's really not much you could do in the WNBA when that's going to be the case. It was a hard-fought series. That game was incredible. Breonna Stewart was hurt in that one as well, so there's a reason why the Liberty, after winning, by the way, they won the championship last season. And they were in the championship the year before that. Like, they have had success. There's
so is
no
this a
reason.
hurt thing? You know, that's what it's like. I hate to speculate things, but that's all we can do.
Absolutely. Especially, when there's the success, there's good players. There wasn't any public turmoil.
It's also not a money thing. The guy who
size. That's blank checks.
The guy who owns the Brooklyn Nets has gotten in trouble for giving players like private flights and stuff.
Benefits. Absolutely.
Like
they're the best kind of impermissible. Like
exactly.
actual, you need these to be a professional athlete.
Yeah, like things that every organization should have, but the WNBA is dumb for reasons that
we
don't have
CBA coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But it's so strange that this happened.
Winningest coach in Liberty history as well, which is insane because, again, it's not like she was there forever either. She was there for maybe 4 years, and to be the winningest coach in Liberty history, absolutely incredible. So I don't know what's going on with Sandy Brandello and the New York Liberty, but she has been let go of her duties there. And then real quick, Asia Wilson, 4-time WNBA MVP, first ever to win the award 4 times in the WNBA. She now has won the MVP 4 times. She's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time WNBA champion, 2-time scoring champion, and 1-time Finals MVP. And just to compare her to the men's side of things, the only men who have 4 or more MVP trophies in the NBA. LeBron's got 4, Wilt Chamberlain's got 4, Bill Russell 5, Michael Jordan 5, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 6. So that is the category in which A'ja Wilson has just put herself into, truly in a league of her own, and is I believe only 30 years old. And so she's still got some room to grow. She's still got some room to dominate as well.
She's amazing.
She's incredible.
Did you see what her boyfriend did, Bam Adebayo?
In terms of him
like
giving
came in
her
surprise.
the award.
Have you seen? If you've not seen the video, go on social media. It's so great.
Yeah.
And she like falls to her knee and the team surrounds her. It's so cool. But for him to walk in with the
You
trophy.
get Mark Davis with the pink hair wig. I don't know if you saw Mark Davis with the pink wig as well.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely great stuff there. And yeah, A'ja Wilson, Bam Adebayo, power couple.
Yep.
And yeah, if they have children, that kid is going to be
all-star.
All-star, 7-footer, do it all, everything, best player. I'm sure that we will ever see. So. Shout out A'ja Wilson, and yeah, we got to figure out what's going on with Sandy Brandello, because that is one of the strangest things that I've seen in a while. Coming up next, I got an interesting little fair or foul for you here. We did it a little bit earlier with Lane Kiffin and his daughter. How about SGA's garage sale?
Yes,
I'll
I
explain
love
that
this.
coming up next. You're listening to the Alan Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at sacklegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Discover Terra Madre Americas, one of the world's most exciting food events, coming to Northern California for the first time this September 26th through 28th. Dig into good, clean, and fair food for all with chefs Alice Waters, Sean Sherman, and Jeremiah Tower. Hear music from The War on Drugs, Spoon, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Jade Bird, and Passion Pit Solo Acoustic. Savor the journey of Terra Madre Americas, only in Sacramento. Details on TerraMadreUSA.com. Terra Madre Americas is supported by Sacramento International Airport and brought to you by Slow Food and Visit Sacramento.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We're in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price, and usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money, and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company, American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection? A low monthly payment?
payment? More for your trade? At Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, you get it all. Model year-end savings are going on now. Drive away in your favorite Honda. It's savings you just can't say no to. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sacktown Sports.
Oh man, this show flew by.
It really did.
It's 1:30 already.
Well, you guys are down there eating food, you know.
That's where all the
know,
time
right?
went. Oh man, funny how that happens. Time just
was good though.
slips. It was so good.
Real
Good lunch.
You got a treat today. This is
I'm so thankful, guys.
normally the engineers will cook us food, and the engineers.
That's cool.
It's great. Yeah, they'll make us tons of different meats, smoked
That's
sausages,
awesome.
brisket, all of it. It's great. I mean, I'm a sucker for Mexican food. You give me
This is
some
my
Mexican
favorite food.
Come on, yes, absolutely. Come on,
Air five.
we got it.
There
We
go.
got it. We got it.
That was a solid high five.
That was
but-
solid.
Yeah,
It's-
I thought it
it's
was going to
solid.
be
It's
an air
from- it's
five,
from-
but
oh my bad. That was mine.
no,
That was
but
mine.
I mean, my hand
Yeah,
stretched.
it's my fault.
So.
It was my fault.
It's a long table.
It's a long table.
It
That's what I
is.
was going to blame it on. People don't understand.
Mhm.
It's fine. It's work dynamics.
We call it the round table, but it's neither round.
It's like not even
is the
really a
shape?
shape. It's
For real.
It's like a L, but it's not.
yeah.
I don't know.
I really don't know who determined that this is the right formation for any table, but
No, I guess it
specifically
gives
even a
us room,
broadcast table.
right?
I guess that's
A little bit, like for our
never thought
our
about
tummies
that,
or
but
something.
I guess that is exactly what it
Mhm.
is. There's little tummy crevices
Yep.
that we have here, but yeah. Here we are, half hour left in the program. Chris Watkins, Kayla Anderson, Kyle Ledbetter. Come on, sitting on the other side of the glass. I see Whitey Gleason there as well. He will be taking you from 2 o'clock all the way until who knows? Who even knows these days? As the drive guys are in full force today. I saw Kyle Draper walking around early, so that must mean he's ready to go. Oh yeah, all right. We're full force today.
Full 4 hours, apparently.
Full 4 hours.
It's not
What?
every day.
Oh my! Do they know that?
I think so.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's not every day you get 4 hours
Hey.
of Whitey and Drapes on the radio together.
Yes, it is
Well,
definitely not every day that you get.
I guess I shouldn't speak too soon because today's an important day for Mr.
Oh,
Draper.
that's
He
right.
might have to
Hey,
might have to leave
gotta
early.
Get his arm loose, start getting the exercises in, get the elbow greased up. Okay. All right, might have to leave a little early. I
I mean, it's a quick turnaround, The show ends
Oh,
at
no.
6. You got to
Yeah.
throw out the first
You gotta
pitch
start
at 6:50.
stretching? Come on, what are we talking about here?
It just
I
makes
get
me nervous thinking about I've never thrown out the first pitch. I'd like to at some point, but then I think I'd just be so nervous.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, right? Everybody's
It'd
about
go,
it
like, hit the
until,
mascot
until
or
it's time,
something,
right?
right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. So if you're going to do it, you gotta. Is it worse to short hop it or is it worse to just sail it?
I think sailing it is worse.
It looks worse
because
for
I feel
sure.
like then it goes you always sail it, but it goes like one direction.
Yes, right.
You know?
Yep.
And
It could
like
go
short
way
hopping,
over.
at least if it's a short hop,
Yeah.
then at least
It
you
could be
know.
salvaged too. That's the
Mhm.
thing is like if it's short hop, maybe even
Right.
if people are seeing it from behind the catcher's perspective, like you
Doesn't
don't even
look as
see
bad.
it, And so if you sail it,
Yeah.
it's one of those where, especially that whoever it is who's catching for you, they're not gonna do you the favor of leaping out and
No,
trying to catch. Like they're just gonna
exactly.
sit there. They're gonna slowly as possible get up and say,
Oh, there
"You
it
want
goes.
me to get that at the backstop?
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna do
And
it."
you better hope it's not going to hit a promotions person or the mascot or any of that, because we've seen that happen
yeah,
before.
we don't need a like.
I
50 cent
disagree. The
situation.
inner comedian in me dreams of throwing out a first pitch that goes viral for hitting the
Oh.
cameraman in the nuts or
Mhm.
hitting a broadcaster who's standing behind. I would be so funny. So funny.
Taylor Lewan, who does a lot of podcasting,
for sure.
He's had some horrific first pitches. Go look them up. They're about as bad as you can see for
to the point
an
where
athlete.
now it's what they call
maybe
him
I
in
think
for,
it's a
or
joke.
does he just keep trying to redeem
I
himself?
think he keeps trying to redeem himself, and it's not working. I'm like, Taylor, give it up. You were a lineman, and that's all you were.
No, and that's
now
the
you're a
crazy
great,
thing.
podcaster. But
Fantastic. Yeah. Do love the pod. But yeah, it is pretty funny how baseball, it's really, really strange. I didn't realize until I watched some of the celebrity baseball games or softball games that for some reason you could, like, Adrian Peterson specifically is the one that sticks out. That guy could not swing it. And swinging a baseball bat is not like the most technical thing possible. That guy could not swing a baseball bat. And I was like, I don't know. For the first time, it hit me that for whatever reason, you'd be the greatest athlete in the world, but something is kind of unique about the baseball kinetics that you don't really think about. It's not as universal as what you might think.
Jesus, I just watched the Taylor Lewan first
I told
pitch.
you.
It's really
It's
bad.
so horrendous.
Like going up the first baseline level bad.
It's so bad,
It's
you guys.
so
The first base. Oh my.
Yeah,
it's bad.
imagine the batter's box.
Yes.
He threw it completely outside of the batter's box. Like it would have gone 5 feet behind the batter standing in the batter's box.
And it was not on purpose. He was really, he's like a competitive guy.
It's like the
He's also
50
like
cent.
6'5", so he's like halfway
Yeah.
there.
It's like the 50 cent first pitch. Like it's that
Yeah,
bad.
you're just spiking the ball into the ground.
It's not even spike. Like he gets it there. It's just 25 feet outside.
Well, yeah, I would not be afraid of that. That's like almost so far out of like the realm of possibility for me that I would think that I wouldn't even be afraid of that because I wouldn't even know that could be a potential outcome. So, yeah, good luck to Drapes out there throwing the first pitch. Probably should have been me, but it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm not mad. I'm not mad, guys. I'm really not upset.
They're both back there,
It's
right?
fine. Yeah, they are.
That's what I
They're
thought.
both back there, yeah. We got to figure this out because I was there last week and Michelle Dapper threw out the first pitch too.
Really?
So there's
did.
got to be some sort of system for getting people in to throw first
how
pitches.
do we get the B squad out there? I mean, honestly, I might be doing myself some favors calling myself the B squad, but you know,
We've gotten multiple media members throwing out the first pitch. What can we do to get Chris? Well, I mean, you could do River Cats probably.
I know a guy.
Maybe.
I know a guy.
There's
you know,
your in right there.
Alan Stiles allegedly.
There's your
can,
in.
You know, he allegedly knows people. I don't know. I mean,
He will literally walk
Alan
you out
likes
to the mountain.
you know, talk the talk. You know, if you really got pull like that, you know, first pitch. Come on, that's small potatoes.
He'll literally walk you out to the mound. That's his part of his job as the
Has
MC.
Alan thrown out a first pitch yet? Do we know?
He threw out the first pitch at the not the Oakland Ballers.
Right. Yes, but it was the YOLO High Wheelers because they did the dual game. That's right. How did that go?
I think I have the video still saved here somewhere, but he got it there.
He was a shortstop, right?
He was a second
base.
baseman. No.
Oh wait!
I did the thing.
Uh-oh.
I did the thing. Why just got it so in my brain that Alan played second
No,
base.
Alan was a
center
outfielder.
fielder.
Oh, he's a
and
center
then
fielder.
got
Okay.
moved.
Center fielder who got moved to left field because they had another center fielder coming in.
Younger.
Who I guess we looked it up. He's like killing it in the Mexican League right now. So still a pro at 33.
Amazing.
I know how that feels. Though I played softball. They moved me
Really?
in the center to left, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's just not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, especially from center to it's
Yeah.
like it's just not the same. So.
Yeah, he tells the story that coach was like, "Hey, just go shag some fly balls in left field real quick."
Go to left real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how it starts.
I
It's
just-
always just a real quick. Just for this drill. Just for this drill.
Yep.
Just go.
It's like-
I just want to see it. I just want to see something
That
real
is
quick.
that is verbatim what the coach said. I just want to see what happens.
Yep.
And that's how you know. And that's the last day that you ever line up in center. So, yes, we are still thinking about our friend Alan Stiles, who will be back Monday for Kings Media Day. Yes, there will be tons of action going on that day. Just live coverage directly from the Kings practice facility from Media Day. All day long. You got the drive guys out there as well. The morning show, they'll have interviews for you the following day. And if you miss any of it, we will be live and local in terms of our YouTube content as well. We will have all the press scrums, all of the interviews right after they happen as fast as we can up on sacktownsports.com and as well as our YouTube channel. So all that coming Monday. Really excited for all that. Kyle, real quick, can we get into a fair or foul with SGA's garage sale? Found this audio the other day, and I couldn't tell, and I hear Alan speak to me in so many different ways, and this is just so fair or foul Alan territory. Here's the audio.
Clothing have you sold to teammates?
A lot of my clothing. I do like a garage sale at the beginning of every season for the past couple of years.
SGA's garage sale?
Yep, literally SGA's garage sale. And they come and buy clothes. I don't charge them too much. Keep the prices low, but yeah.
Shout out Nardwar. That is Nardwar, who does tons of the best in-depth interviews with some of the best artists in the world. He finds out stuff that your high school English teacher told him something, and he'll bring it up and just absolutely shock all of these artists. Apparently he did an interview with SGA. I believe Nardwar is based in Canada. SGA, Canadian connection. I believe that's how that all came together. But I have to ask, fair or foul, pretty much on the entire situation, I guess. Fair or foul, SGA selling clothes to teammates. Is that fair or foul for you?
Dude, I think it's fair. I mean, not every teammate has a salary he's
also incredibly the top level of fashionista.
He is the top level, and he's giving it to him, like you said, at a discounted price. Now, what that discount is, I don't know. I mean, is this top line consignment store prices, or is this like media?
Right.
We don't know that level
is this
yet.
cheap, or is this NBA
exactly? Because I don't know. I can't afford that. I'm sure.
Exactly. That's
but
exactly.
I'm
what
sure
I'm
his
wondering.
teammates can.
Right.
I like it. I think it's fair. Give him a chance to shop around his closet, because I'm sure he only wears some of his stuff once.
100%. That's exactly got to be what it is. Is that it's things that he's worn one time. He wore it to the game for the pregame fit, for the photo, for GQ, and then he never wore it again. I'm a little bit borderline on it. I think it's fine. I actually think it's a pretty cool team bonding thing in a way. It is.
You want to go foul?
I want to go foul. I want to say it's more foul for his teammates to buy the clothes from SGA than him to sell it. I understand the wanting to sell it. I don't know. I just think it would be weird for somebody to arrive in an SGA outfit and then SGA be like, I mean, obviously I know you bought it from me, but is that my outfit that you're wearing? Are those my shoes? Is that
this adds a whole nother layer to that AT&T commercial we've watched 1,000 times.
What a girl wants.
That is so true. Yeah, we got to get Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams, either one of them wearing just a full SGA outfit in a
that'd be fun.
I bought this from you, bro. What are you talking about?
There it is, right there. Pay the man right here for the next commercial.
It's not that hard. Chris Watkins, Sacktown Sports. You can just email me.
Give
call
him the
for
money.
Scott Marsh.
Venmo.
Yell for Marsh. He'll call for me. So yeah, there you go. SGA's garage sale. I don't know. I mean, it's. I like the. I definitely like the idea of it from a team bonding too. I really like the idea of the guys getting all excited, being like, SGA, I saw you wear that, in the day that you wore that, I was like, I'm going to buy that thing from him, whatever it is, shoes, clothes, the whole nine.
How about this, Chris? How about we say, if you buy my stuff, that's fine. Just don't wear it on game day. You can wear it to the wedding. You can wear it to the Bahamas. You can wear it to that party. As long as you're not showing up on game day.
I think that's totally fair, because I can definitely imagine, and I might be one of those people who would have done it, is I saw it. I will literally find the photos of them wearing the same exact thing and be like, that's crazy that I now know Chet Holmgren bought the SGA's pants or something like that. So yeah, there you go. SGA's garage sale. Fair or foul? You tell me. You tell us. I think ultimately it's above ground, but there is definitely it's getting towards foul territory for me. We'll ask Whitey Gleason what he thinks of the SGA garage sale. I would love actually to attend a Whitey Gleason garage sale. The dude has some of the most amazing shirts that I have seen, and I'm sure he's got a collection that I haven't even seen yet. So we asked Whitey about the SGA garage sale and also the 5 rules that Peyton Manning would implement into the NFL. We talk about that and more next right here. Alan Stiles Show, Sacktown Sports.
Let's go. You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with a Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money, because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. Then, you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Footballs are flying, the days are getting shorter, fall is officially here. Will your heater be able to get you through the winter? The heater at Whiteywood shut down last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday. Sacktown Sports.
All the
small
kings.
Tell them.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Every time.
There you go.
I love it.
That is the start of yet another soon-to-be platinum record from one.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see. Season hasn't started yet.
That's right.
Kevin Michael.
We're not even a media day yet, but we're getting
Not
there.
even. We're almost there.
Getting there.
We're almost
How about
there.
that?
I don't know if you saw Mike Brown started media day today. The Knicks had their media day.
Mr. nine and a half or 10-man rotation.
Yeah, a lot of wonder already. A lot of Knicks media already getting their stuff in a bunch about Mike Brown and his rotations and not saying who's going to start, I guess, which is just very New York media of them all. But yeah, it's nice to see basketball starting to kick back off. Whitey, I know you're a big basketball guy.
Yeah, I enjoyed your conversation today. How are you?
I'm
Kayla?
good.
Yeah.
Good to see
Enjoyed
you
your
again.
conversation about the Warriors and
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know I enjoyed that
sticky
conversation.
situation
Uh-huh.
with media day, and they had what 9 guys, and now they finally are bringing in a couple because.
Well,
that would've
we'll
been
see.
embarrassing.
We'll see if they're going to actually end up bringing them in, because that's the real question that we have is if Jonathan Kuminga keeps this thing going through October 1st, they can't officially sign those guys before media day. And
Yeah.
so
So you said
there
they
might
have
be.
6 open roster spots.
They have
I think
6
you said?
open roster
That's
spots.
so
Yeah,
wild.
so it's potentially going to be a very entertaining Monday for us all.
You know, you guys were saying that they're kind of considered the cream of the crop, and they always do things
Yes.
right, and they're looked up to. They've had this great culture. They always talk about culture, and every time you got a new coach or a new GM, they'll talk about culture, culture, culture. And they've had a good one there. It's one reason they've won multiple championships. To me, it seems that the main component of a good culture is you got everybody on the same page. And there, since even before they drafted Kuminga, you've had the owner and basketball people. They have not been on the same page.
Are they even on the same
Kuminga.
book?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if they're reading
Same
the
library,
book.
maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Then
Same-
the
same-
libraries are big.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble. Same
Yeah,
Barnes and Noble.
yes, there we go. There we
One
go.
of the smaller ones.
Yeah, there you
Not
go.
the ones
Yeah.
with 2 stories.
Yeah. We're visualizing.
Yeah,
this.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a mess of a situation, and we were kind of talking about how it could potentially come to a head on Sunday as well, where there's this big like, okay, tomorrow's the day. Like, could we kind of get this squared away? So even if it is last minute, we can kind of present ourselves here as a little bit of everything's okay, everything's okay. It's going to be tough to do that if come Monday again there's 6 empty spots and. The big thing is, we've done media days before. When you've talked to Steph Curry and Draymond Green 12 years in a row or whatever it is, those new guys are just nice because it's a new guys to ask questions to, new fresh set of eyes, new perspective. And I don't know, it's just, that I will absolutely be rolling in it if the Warriors come Monday are in that situation.
We have done media days together.
We have, yes. Some of the best.
We need weapons. So we have had. Yeah.
So are these when you do NBA media day? Because I've never done an NBA media day. Are these scrums? Do you get them I mean, obviously you guys get them one-on-one here.
Yeah, since we're
So
the
that's
flagship,
nice.
and
Yeah.
we typically have a table, and there's a schedule that's arranged, and for
Yeah.
the different shows, then we got to fight with Dave and
Okay.
Alan for who gets who. But
Yeah.
yeah, you sit there, and it is, for the most part, a prearranged time they come by.
Okay.
Although when you and I did it, I remember we didn't know who was coming. We got Malik, and we
had
got
no idea.
Alex
Sasha,
Len?
Yeah, Alex Len,
Alex
Vini
Len.
Weapons.
Yeah.
Outlined.
I remember one of the things I'll remember, pardon me, but
No, you're fine.
Sasha comes in and you and I are talking to him, and
Yep.
I was saying, it's really crazy here. And, he played in EuroLeague, and it's like, well, and even Chris was going, yeah, it's pretty crazy over there in Europe. And he was like, well, I'm kind of used to really, really, really.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah,
that's
right.
right. Yeah, like flares going off in the middle of the third quarter.
A little bit different.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, too, he specifically had a game where like people they had to walk off the floor
Yeah.
because
Wow.
people were like throwing pyrotechnics because
My
they were
gosh.
just blowing out the other team by like 30 and
Yeah.
like the Greek championship
And
game
they're
or something.
celebrating that
Yeah.
way.
And they just
So
I
he
mean
was polite. He kind of chuckled, and Chris was
Yeah.
polite
That's
also.
great.
Yeah, and then our infamous Alex Len interview, and sometimes that was definition of you get what you ask for. Sometimes I think Whitey was being very, very kind and was asking Alex kind of like,
What do people in the Ukraine need?
yes, he's
Yeah, 'cause
Ukrainian.
I thought he was
believe
involved
he's
in
the
charities.
only Ukrainian
Yeah.
player in the NBA as well.
And he said, we need weapons. So it's like, oh gosh.
Yeah,
Oh, you're like, and this went in a whole different direction.
Yeah. That's on
Okie
me.
dokie.
Yeah.
We thought it was like, can we donate to a charity?
Yeah,
Because I
right.
was on
You
the board when that
personally
happened.
Right.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
and he
my
was
God.
right, obviously. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get them,
Right.
but yeah,
Yes.
that was on me.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't know if the audience can help with the
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
no,
Right.
yeah, it's not. Yeah, we can't really mail order that. Yeah, it was definitely a situation where, like I said, it was many learning lessons in radio. Almost every day is a school day, but that was the day that I learned you really have to be careful what you ask because you might just get it.
You might get
you
it
might,
right straight up.
yeah, you might
Moving
actually
on.
get the
Yeah.
answer to the question that you ask. And
We talked to Monty, huh?
we did. We talked to Monty that day. We got
Malik?
Alex Len, Malik. I think we talked to Sabonis, I want to say, that day as well.
we talked to
Keegan.
Keegan.
We talked to Keegan
Wow,
that day.
you guys were like, you got them all.
We got
We
them
had a
all.
day.
I mean,
We
yeah,
had a
we
day.
had them all. And
Last year, Drapes and I didn't get to talk to many, but at the very end, we talked to De'Aaron.
That's
you go.
right.
And he
yes.
brought his shoes out. And
That's
that-
right.
that
Yeah, you
was
guys
pretty
got to
cool.
reveal his shoes
Yeah.
for the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because you guys kind of get the short end of the stick where a lot of the guys are really trying to get out of there as fast as possible. So they're like, let me be the first one. But then you have situations like where De'Aaron is like,
he gave us a lot of time.
Yes,
That's
and
great.
Very big runway. And I was just telling Kyle during one of the breaks, like it's going to be really weird to see. It was weird to see Mike Brown for the Knicks media day. It's going to be really weird to see De'Aaron Fox in that San Antonio outfit, just talking about. I'm sure he'll be asked a little bit about. Maybe not directly Sacramento, but just hearing him kind of talk about the situation. I just think it's going to be a really, really weird experience to kind of see, not just, De'Aaron specifically, but there's just so many new things that you end up like, oh, I forgot he was there, and so many storylines that come out of media day.
Well, I think you could agree with me, Chris. We've had the last couple of years, fans are going this way, fans going that way, the team's doing this, team's doing that, a roller coaster, but it's been really interesting. For better, for worse, the last 3 years, it's been fascinating.
Very, very interesting. Yeah,
Good for you guys. Always something to talk about.
Definitely.
Always. There's rarely been a day where there's not something in Kingsland that we can talk about. And even now there's so much that we can get into. And we haven't even gotten to media day yet. We haven't even started to ask the questions of all the rotational stuff, and obviously just so much new happening this season as well. It's going to be interesting, and to your point, but we're 5 days away, something like that.
And I feel like a pitching coach today. I got to get Drapes ready for his.
Are you going?
I don't think I'm going to make it.
You're just going to warm him up at least. Get him ready. Psych him up.
What's your golden rule? Golden tip? Anything?
Just throw strikes.
There you go.
Yeah, just throw strikes.
This
Don't
guy,
be too
he
fine
gets
out
it.
there.
He gets it. Yeah. Put the ball over the plate.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. You're not trying to earn a contract out there or anything.
Right. That'll all come. Do your job and the rest of it will come.
That's right.
It's great advice.
Evan Michael White.
Hire him as your
Ladies and
manager.
gentlemen,
Okay.
you do not get that kind of advice anywhere else except for right here. And that's why you're going to stay locked in from 2 to 6. The Drive Guys.
You sound surprised.
I am. To be honest, I'm
He's
a little
like 4
surprised.
hours?
I keep waiting for Kyle. And it's until 4:30. Until 6.
Yes, sir.
The Drive Guys. Kevin Gleason. Kyle Draper. Jay Johnson. Come on. What are we talking about? Super Crew. They'll be leading you all the way until 6 o'clock. You've been listening to the Alan Stiles Show, Sacktail Sports.
Don't forget my podcast.
Gotta go.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturer,